like 0 degrees. I'm out the cage, gotta let out the beast. Revolutionary, gotta let out the streets. Locked in a cage, I'ma let out the. Wake up, get out the sheets. We came for one, man, forget my peace. We take the west side, take on the east. I'ma put him in the cage, never let out the. Yeah, I hear him chat to the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Man's so tough, but man's keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. White girls, let her tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch me, please use caution. Beg, please get on your knees. Came from the jungle, up in the trees. I got a few tricks up in the sleeve. One wrong move, I'ma let out the. Big shoes, check out the crease. Blow like I'm Bigfoot, step on the beat. Make a man's run till he step out the cleats. When the whole place scream, gotta get out the. Yeah, I hear him chat to the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Man's so tough, but man's keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. White girls, let her tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch me, please use caution. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Yeah, I hear him chat to the noise. Can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Man's keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. Let her tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch me, please use caution.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Darkwick, Kara, Toa, Panda, Nothing But Love, Mish, Gucci, TM, Lazy, Sky, scrolling on up, Bella, Curious Cat, Yoga, Nerd Alert, Dizzy, Frank, Saint Superstitious, did I say hi, Olga? Druid, Taby, I hope everything gets fixed, by the way. Let me see, Kathy with a kicking K, Lost Tamale, GSH, Hot Like Fire in the Peen, Jojo, Sugar. Hi, how's everyone doing today? Hannah. Y'all don't you look at the titties. I know we're not supposed to sexualize her. They're looking at us. It's not our fault. Well, we're gonna go over this. I haven't watched it. I thought it was gonna be the first video she put out. Hey, prodigal. Why does that word feel weird in my head? Hi, Taco. Good morning. Good morning, her boiling point, Megan. We're going to go over this. I thought we were going to get one about Stefan. Isn't that what she said in her, in her last live stream, is she might do a pre-recorded content about the situation and her thoughts on the Stefan situation. But we got Keem first. Things I wasn't expecting. Girl looks rough. She doesn't necessarily look great. It looks like a butt. It was a case of me touching stuff I had no business touching at all. I love touching things. It looks like her head is resting on her ass. What? They're perfect. Half of the screen is tatas, not else or much else to look at. Hi, Thickums. I want to hear what she has to say. And then Samantha Jean sent me the video that had Jeff's arrest report. So I want to see how what kind of person she was standing up for in the past. Meh.
Hi.
Hello.
Welcome to whatever the fuck this is.
Y'all, this is going to anger you. Oh, no. Rosie looks like a fidget spinner. Hi, Mr. Ella. How quickly she was able to pre-record content in regards to Keemstar because it had her picture in the thumbnail, right? So Bus had a thumbnail and it had Roz doing her little wow in the pool picture, the wow. On the left-hand side was somebody who I don't know who they are, but they kind of looked like Amberlyn Reed to me. It's not Amberlyn Reed, but kind of. Hi, that Crab Life. And then on the right-hand side, it was Zio. Hello, Mel's. Not angry, surely.
Okay, I want to apologize for the fact.
But Roz is very, very quick to respond to this. I believe their name is Etika. Is that what y'all have told me? So I believe Roz has known about it, and I don't think she's spoken heavily about it. But on her Instagram, I guess we should do that first. Let's do that first. Bounce over here.
Mara watching the LC.
Give trigger warning? I don't know what, Sky, I haven't watched it. Can you tell me what trigger warning it is? Trigger warning for something I'm not sure yet, but please be prepared. It's probably going to be heavy topics.
Or I'm not kidding, 5 seconds. And in that fucking 5 fucking seconds, Keemstar was talking about getting the victims on and trying to get them on the LCU to interview them for his own fucking financial benefit using my face in his thumbnail. He's a
You don't make thumbnails. Oh, for self-exit. Hi, Smocky Boy. Okay. Trigger warning, general stupidity, SA, Etika, SI, well, just S. Thank you, Laurel. Hi, Buns. Good morning. I hope you slept wonderfully, you big bully. Blake.
a piece of fucking shit. And I'm
Roz, oh yeah, Roz doesn't make thumbnails, but she has no problem coming online talking about other mental health patients' problems. She doxed a mental health patient during that.
furious that my face is being used to exploit sexual assault. Y'all fucking suck.
Do you remember when you came online and told us you talked to Jeff's alleged victim's father and referred to the situation as T? Bunches. What do you have?
That's really all I gotta say. Moldy hot dog water. If you guys are sending super chats, if you guys are watching this shit, paying them, you're a part of the fucking problem.
To be like so real, I haven't spoken a lot on Zio and like her involvement and stuff
Good rainy morning.
because I've talked to her privately,
Andrea.
and I think that she is a very special case in her scenario with her story. And I just watched because she just shared something I listened to her talk about on her live the other day about how the whole
I wish we did it. I keep fucking fucking my microphone. I don't know what I'm doing with it. You have an interview in 24 minutes? Good morning, Sane. Zio is a cow too. I don't know anything about these people. I just wish we didn't have to deal with it. Like I was waiting for the documentary to come out, right? We could recap it. We could talk about it, see what we learned. And that was going to be it. We had until June to mentally prepare ourselves for what was to come. Instead, we had the Foxy Mama over there who's like, I'm bringing this to the lol cow universe, where they definitely are delicate with all of these conversations. They are never racists or bigots or support those kind of claims. Let's bring it here. Yes, yes.
the whole reason she ended up at Stefan's was because she was like stranded with her suitcases and she had nowhere else to go. And when I was in a similar situation, I had my parents to go to, and instead she ended up with Stefan. And she has a friendship with him that I've never agreed with, but I understand the nuance, and that girl deserves some fucking grace, and she deserves to not continue to be exploited. And I think that this entire situation with Keemstar inserting himself needs to.
That sounds familiar. Somebody inserting themselves into situations they don't belong in. Well, that's interesting.
Be called out harder than it's being called out for.
Can't we just say they're all trash? Is that allowed? Everyone talking is trash.
But at the end of the day,
Roz, Stefan, Keem. Can't I just say they all suck?
he is catering to an audience that eats the fuck up that the people being exploited are fat, mentally ill women with trauma. That's the bottom fucking line with this shit. It's disgusting. It's deplorable. Like, I've been aware of who Keemstar was since, like, God, like, what year? High school? Like, mid, like, 2010s? I was, watching when he was beefing with Philip DeFranco, and, like, he's always...
I don't know who these people are.
Always been a monster and a grifter.
So everyone is mentally ill. Roz, you're a nobody. Speaking of exploiting Roz, good morning, Camilla.
And a loser. And that is why you have never for a single moment caught me even contemplating that I want to give this shit the attention that I'm giving it now. But
then she goes on to do a pre-recorded piece of content. I'm curious, is that piece of content monetized?
For my face to be used when they're sitting there being like, can we get this person who was essayed, who was raped, because you're trying to meet monetization standards, I'm fuming. These are real victims. Watch the fucking documentary when it comes out. Give them a chance to tell their story. And before you even, oh my God, I literally am like shaking, fuming, pissed.
She's shaking, fuming. Hold on. You know what this calls for? It calls for one of these. Scroll down.
They don't tell you the price
They don't tell you the price that you pay. They don't.
Yeah, that sounded right. That felt right.
How can you sit there and act like you're just moderating a debate and doing all of this shit when you're trying to get ahead of a story that's not been told yet?
I believe I have to say alleged. I believe the alleged victims have told their stories on other platforms. They are now just, not just, but they are now using a different platform to spread the message to a bigger audience, to my knowledge.
You piece of shit.
Yeah, you piece of shit. Okay, let's go over here. Keem's pattern of exploitation.
To the fact that this entire video.
Philip DeFranco was someone really hot, topical back in the day. No idea.
As in vertical format, it's kind of just, I'm going to be including vertical clips, so I'm just making it this way. Also, I probably don't plan to keep this video up forever. I also want to apologize for my general demeanor and appearance.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Where do I put these? Roz, your fat head's blocking shit. Do I put it on your forehead? I prefer your titties over your forehead. That's fine.
I am seriously, like, struggle busing through, stuff I was talking about.
Philip DeFranco was has a YouTube channel where he talks about news and internet drama. To quote Pulpy, trailers are released to drum up speculation and anticipation. Calm down, Roz. We really don't know what it's going to be about yet, right? Which, hi, Nico, I don't know what it's going to look like. If it's going to put Stefan in a more favorable light, if it's going to bring attention to the Fifi stuff, if this is going to provoke more Fifis, I'm not sure. All we had was a minute 30-second, you don't know the price you pee sort of situation. I think Roz's contribution is going to be working like SW in the Fifi community. I don't think it's going to have anything to do with the house necessarily, but we don't know.
I'm alive.
Oh, I saw a tag. Come back to me. Captions on the forehead, just like the weed bump. It's the new weed bump. Man, she was slapping the shit out of herself the other day. Just Amy, thank you so much for the super chat. She's so desperate to control the situation. Wild. Yeah. But she was like, it wasn't a soft, gentle love. She was like, clock, 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 clock. I thought her weed bump was going to be like explode. She's angry now. This is geared towards other people to talk about, and she wanted the limelight put on her. That's why she went to Vegas in the first place. Attention. Now she's angry. Go figure.
It's not relevant to this video. I just don't feel good, and I've been in bed, and
she's inserting herself into this burning dumpster, and she has Keemstar's name in the title. Like, thankfully, we're tiny over here, and my mods know if the likes of a Keemstar come in here, just block. That's it. It's fine. Just block. We have no need to have him in here.
I'm not going live. I'm too volatile with how hormonal I am.
Oh yes, it's the period. That's what this is all about. Hold on. It sounds like Bunches is up to something.
And that's just not wise. In fact, I'm fully aware I may regret this video. But I feel like I have too much to say, and I have some things that I think needed to be added to this conversation because this is getting ridiculous. Also, there's gonna be a lot of like text on the screen, screenshots on the screen throughout this, so you might want to watch this video when you have the ability.
Baby girl, thank you so much for the super chat. Sorry, my brain just made me think of Chainsaw. The ID channel is all about murder stories, so I think it's all speculation on Death Fifi. Thank you, Scar. Love your streams. Thank you for being here. Toma, thank you for the super sticker. And look, Lyric, it's you, son. This time, Bunches just had a tiny thing of deodorant.
You know, like pause and read things. I just want to say that for the people that like to watch their videos podcast style or throw it up on the TV if you're doing something in the background. I want to talk about this because
she's having this conversation. She couldn't have even sat up to have it. She couldn't talk to you about women that are being exploited. She couldn't look you in the eye and just sit down. Sit. She had to be resting on her tits, vertical format. She couldn't even just have a full angle. KB, thank you for the super chat. No justice for Bunches. Thank you so much.
At first, I was wanting to do my best to just not
Bunches being shady. Bunches know the girl stinks, so they wanted to be sure. They encourage.
Engage in this topic at all.
Good God. Good God. What's a Bunches? Bunches is one of my dogs. I have Lyric and Bunches, honey bunches of oats.
But I saw
oh my God, Roz, you got to be careful of that nipple.
something today, and I went ahead and just posted on my Instagram stories, and I'm
Jessica, thank you for the super chat. Big baby tubby time raid.
gonna switch this into something because I want to talk about the LCU. First and foremost, I'm not telling you which channel. I'm not showing content. I'm not giving them any more promotion stories, and I'm gonna switch this into something because I want to talk about the LCU. First and foremost, I'm not telling you which channel. I'm not
Huh, interesting. I feel like if you might type LCU into your search bar on YouTube, it could pull up Lol Cow Universe.
showing content.
And since the title is Keemstar, that might lead people to type in his name and be able to find his network of individuals. When she went live, she managed to tag all of her content, previous videos, etc., but not the person who passed who has a GoFundMe. Am I standing that correctly? I can't wrap my brain around it. Correct. She did not have it pulled up. Bella, she also, this is a couple months ago, it was right around her birthday. She was doing a live stream that was a fundraiser for individuals that had food scarcity. She didn't have it linked to her YouTube. She ended up not doing it because people called her out. Like, she got started on the live and then people were like, where's the links? Where's more information? Because she had it in her stuff, but she didn't have it in the live stream. So she ended that, got pissed at everybody. And then the next day she came on with a new laptop. Hi, Jay and Lil Sarah. I hope your wife is doing well today.
I'm not giving them any more promotion, airtime in that way beyond the fact that I am taking the time to talk about it and acknowledge its existence, which is already more than I want to do. I want to just kind of talk about how all of this has been going down, because I think they're on like part 3 or 4 of exploiting the Paradise documentary, because it's a new thing they're latching onto, because essentially I think they're viewing it as like Girl World adjacent, and now that they're no
Darkwick. Good morning, 49. Someone in Pulpy's chat said it looks like her boobs were giving birth, and I can't unsee it.
They've sucked every coin dry that they've been able to out of Girl World's involvement now, post Amber Lynn's demonetization stuff. At this point, I am just like so frustrated. I heard about part 1. My face is in the thumbnail. I don't know about anything that happened in that video. Nothing. So that happened. Part 2 happened, and I was contacted by someone who is related to the project, who was like, who do you know is going to be from the doc in the interview for the next part? And I was like, I have no fucking clue. And I was very surprised.
Wait, okay. So somebody going on LCU may not have been involved in the documentary and they reached out to Roz. Is that what I'm understanding? Oh, hi, Stacy. I hope everything's okay. Did I miss a message from you? I'm glad you're here.
Someone who is related to the project, who was like, who do you know is going to be from the doc in the interview for the next part? And I was like, I have no fucking clue. And I was very surprised when I learned who it was. And I learned who it was because I was scrolling on TikTok, and I follow Ziamara. I've watched her for a very long time. She popped up and I was listening to her, and I recognized the first voice of a girl named Kimmy, who I'm not going to talk too much on because she's involved in the documentary, and everybody's talking too much, and that's annoying me.
You've spoken plenty.
Number 1, everyone.
I mean, I agree. It's kind of taking away, like, do we need to watch the documentary at this point, or are they telling us everything that's going to be in it? I don't know. Roz's cleavage can't hurt me.
And everyone is. And you know what? A little bit of me too right now. Let's be real on that, all right? But I am
Please.
trying to just remind people that I think at this point, actually, I think it's
Jennifer, thank you for the super chat. Roz is the reason why it's seen as Girl World adjacent. If she cares about the victims, she'd stay silent until after the documentary. That's a great point, Jennifer. I think a way for her to have handled this, especially since she is involved in the documentary, is maybe doing a short and saying, listen, I know that Keemstar, that universe over there is talking about this conversation. And I know you all hate me, but please just wait until the documentary comes out so you can hear the stories from their mouths versus watching it over there. Please don't take away from the alleged victims in the story. Let's just wait till it comes out and see if more details come. But instead, no.
Exactly 2 weeks from right now, or just under 2 weeks, so the documentary comes out. And everybody's sharing too much too soon. And that has just been a point of this.
I want it to be about me. Why are you guys fucking talking? It needs to be about me. I was a huge part of the trailer.
That has
They don't know the price you pay.
been bothering the fuck out of me. So I was hearing her talk. Because Zio's been doing this thing where she's on live and she's like watching everything. Right? She's kind of indiscriminately watching everything. And sometimes giving a thought here and there, but really not saying or like reacting what she's. And sometimes giving a thought here and there, but really not saying or like reacting much.
You better be careful. You're gonna end up like Zio without Weeze.
She's just like absorbing the information and doing it publicly. So I've been there for some of it, and some of it, depending on who she's watching, I bounce immediately. Right? That's what I do for my own boundaries, because when it comes to like was between.
I don't know if it helps or hurts laying on your stomach like this when your lungs are so wet.
Me and Zio, we have very different stances on how we consume that media. That is totally her prerogative. But for me,
Scar is weirdly, I mean, that's true.
I was scrolling, listening to that conversation, and then I heard Keemstar's voice. And I went,
oh my God. I know I've heard stories, but Keemstar's voice? What? He who wants to do with every fucking thing that wants to milk our girls. Wow. I'm shocked.
oh my fucking God. So I was listening until they talked about bringing up Stefan. And that's when Zio decided to end the live right there. So at that point, I jumped and I lurked and I watched that part of the
Leading up to the actual release of the HBO show and the fallout of this, I think it could be very interesting as an anthropological study. Tiny Blue, I would love to see you break it down.
conversation, because I felt like it was very important for me to.
Are y'all judging my love for her titties? Is that what's going on in my chat? Mats, handle the bullies. Mats.
To know what happened there for my own reasons. And there was this like part of me that was like, man, I wish I could like just say anything. But I also knew, one, that wasn't a good idea, and two, you won't catch me giving that monster money.
I know Yo Mama really wants Roz to be up there. He never can call her Quirky Love Rosie. He calls her Quirky every single time. But I know Yo Mama really, really wants Roz.
And any of you that.
But she has too strong of morals for that. We were discussing our own love for boobies, but saying we can't separate a horrible person from their boobies, so we don't like hers. Oh.
Have. Anyway, so that happened, and I'm not sharing any of my opinions or thoughts on that conversation, but I witnessed it because I thought it was important that I do.
Good morning, Quirky Moments. May I tell you, the chat is waiting on bated breath. They are so excited for your part 2.
So I think it's 3 parts, because I think today's the part 3. And again, people have just been DMing me, right? Like, what? Like, at the end of the day, I don't give a shit if you believe me when I say that or not, because it's true. People reach out to me, and I also have a couple friends that watch this shit in the peripheral.
Good morning, Libby.
And they know what my boundaries are, so they don't give me details that I don't want to know, but they'll let me know certain things, like, you know, your face is in this thumbnail. We're in relation to the LCU. The thing about the LCU,
It's interesting. They had her face on there, and underneath it said supporters, which does imply you'd think she's. No, it's okay, Quirky. We're just excited. It does imply that she is a supporter of Stefan, which I found interesting.
that is their MO. That is what they do. They clickbait. Like, I don't even think I'm being talked about like that. You know what I mean? Like, but my face and my name is Girl World adjacent enough that they think it's going to help bring them.
It's not Girl World adjacent. It's just fucking Girl World. You're rolling in the mud. You are like fixed in the pasture.
A little more views and clicks, and that is their entire MO. So
Were you not in the documentary or trailer, Roz? Might that be why you're in the thumbnail? They know better. But do you think that could be part of it? You're saying you're Girl World adjacent, and they put your picture when you are in the documentary.
knew about that, right? And I watched Zio, so I knew she was planning to watch it on live. So I wasn't planning to like watch her live, to be honest. But I was scrolling on TikTok, as I do.
Oh my God. Everyone shut the fuck up. Is that a neck? Guys, is that a fucking neck?
And she popped up. And I think I said like 5
It's
seconds,
gone. I thought we saw it for a second.
but I swear to God, in actuality, I think I spent no more than 30 seconds in the live. Because what I heard pissed
You said that about Zachary Michael as well. Come to find out, you were in there for more than 30 seconds.
me off so much that I went to my Instagram stories. So I will go ahead and insert here what I said.
Hey.
Hi, editor's note. I'm just kind of formulating this and thinking this through as I go along in the editing process. Because ultimately I am aware that I'm kind of shooting some shots here, but I need to discuss some things in relation to why Keemstar is so awful. Because there's no amount of apologies. There's no amount of anything anyone can say or do to justify his involvement in the Etika situation. So in the description, there'll be sources that I'm linking for the
Okay, this is a trigger warning again. I guess she's going to be showing us information in regards to Etika and that.
screenshots that I'm showing. I did a very basic Google search. I'm not a drama channel. I'm not a reaction channel. I'm not a commentary channel. If you want to find more like that, if you're the reactions people absorbing this stuff, you can do the research. You can show clips and do all that if you want. That's not what
God, look at her tits.
this is I want to highlight the parts that people have forgotten or just don't know about based on what spaces of the internet they've existed in and what years. Keemstar is a monster. There is a reason I was so offended when Amber came to me and was like, maybe we should do an LCU show together, like a half a year before she ended up on the LCU.
Roz seemed very excited about doing a podcast with Ambi until she brought up that it could be Lolcow. This isn't drama. Etiquette was a human being and his family was asked to not talk about this. Would you all like me to skip this then? Would you guys prefer that, or would you like to watch what she's put up? I want to make sure you guys are comfortable in this as well. She's also awful. Like, she couldn't talk about Keemstar without bringing the name of the person that's passed. She loves using other people in a way to defend herself or prove a point. Yes. Hi, Funko. I would keep it going until she gets to that point, and then you guys can let me know what you're more comfortable with.
Never willingly associate myself with that. I have no issue with the other hosts personally. I don't know much about them.
Skip it. This is so disrespectful to his family's wishes. Okay, so when she pulls that up, I'm going to put out the message. If that's a situation you would like to learn more on, please look at links. I'm sorry for putting that on you guys to do the research. But if a lot of you are uncomfortable watching it and that goes against his family's wishes, we'll not watch what it is.
But Keemstar being like the ringleader of all the LOL cows and exploiting all these mentally ill people after what he did to Etika is insane.
Okay. Y'all are letting me know.
And that's all I gotta fucking say.
Oh. Now there's just no neck. It's gone.
Period.
What? Son of a gun!
Hi, I'm really not feeling.
Okay. No. Okay, hold on 1 second. Y'all are just gonna hear me yell in the distance because now she has a hanger. Ooh, I'm back. Okay, let's see. All right. In today's news of what does Bunches have? It's a nail scraper and a little hanger thing.
Good. But I just want to say this. I opened my TikTok and I scrolled for 2 seconds.
Nope.
To be like so real, I haven't spoken a lot on Zio and like her involvement and stuff because I've talked to her privately, and I think that she is a very special case in her scenario with her story.
No more doggy hangers.
And I just watched.
TLDR is just Keem is a terrible person and got banned from YouTube for his contributions to the bullying of young creators. Thank you.
In a similar situation, I had my parents to go to, and instead she ended up with Stefan, and she has a.
Oh, this is what we just watched, huh?
The last little bit of a YouTube short I posted, if you want to check that out. That's kind of me talking about the docuseries, so I just stopped the last little bit because that's originally kind of really all I wanted to say about the LCU. Because they're gross, and I know that me making this will probably end up getting reacted to, and it'll be farmed into more content.
Okay, whose video is this? This is from Quirky Love Rose. It's her page. She put this up this morning.
And I'm self-aware enough to acknowledge that, right? But the part that's making me not be able to shut my fucking mouth, besides the fact that I am so irritable because I am PMSing, which is why I'm not live streaming.
I swear, I feel like there's another word for when you're on your cycle and you're hormonal. I don't think it's PMSing. I don't know, but it feels wrong
right now, even though I want to be. Like, I really want to be live streaming this week more, and I'm taking the time to like withhold myself, honestly, to protect myself, because I may regret making those stories and doing this, because I really do this week more, and I'm taking the time to like withhold myself, honestly, to protect myself, because I may regret making those stories and doing this, because I really.
Are you upset that the attention has been turned away from you, Roz? I'm curious.
Do try.
Because you were getting quite a bit of attention. You were. And you didn't have nearly as much to say. And you still didn't have to say all this. You knew Keemstar was a bad person before all of this.
To not engage in drama content like I once did. But when I saw Keemstar being like, who can we get up here to interview that's claiming the grape allegations, the say allegations to meet the fucking monetization requirements, I am just like, did everybody fucking forget about Etika? That this man was running around using the using the N-word left, right, and fucking center.
That hasn't changed, Roz. They still use the N-word over there. They do blackface. They mock trans individuals, the LGBTQ community. That's not changed. They've been shit. They're still gonna be shit.
He's a racist, misogynistic, gutter troll motherfucker that has just been the cockroach of YouTube in the
No, that's Chantal.
More mainstream OG YouTuber days. Like when like him and Philip DeFranco had their back and forths, and like, you know, he would just say and do outlandish shit, anything for attention. He phased
gay men hate heavy women. Yep.
Out of relevancy, and he latched.
His family begged people not to bring him up. Keemstar sucks, but keep that poor man's name out of your mouth.
Onto the
and I am the least informed individual. I don't know stuff about that situation. I know I've read the wiki page one time to just try to familiarize myself in any way about Keemstar, because I didn't know anything about Keemstar. But it seems like, based on all of the chat, it says the family wishes to keep him out of it. So I wish she wouldn't bring that aspect of why Keem sucks into the situation. You can say bullying young creators, things of that nature, but bringing up an individual specifically where the family asked you not to, kind of rude, Roz.
Exploitation of LOL cows, and every single person that he uses in his channel, in his channels, because he's got fucking so many of them, while skirting YouTube monetization by being an LLC, because he himself can't be monetized because of his behavior on YouTube. And people just enable
LaFay, what does that word mean?
This shit for shits and gigs. It's disgusting that he is exploiting victims of sexual assault for a paycheck to get ahead of a story that has yet to be told. And to hear that it was just that little snippet. I genuinely don't know what else is going on in that video, and I don't fucking want to.
Two of y'all said that. Snake eating its own tail. Who the fuck is she even talking to? She's talking about Keemstar.
Just that snippet has pissed me off in a way that I can't shut my mouth about.
I think there are ways you could have talked about it without bringing as much negative backlash to it. Like I said, you could say, hey, y'all spend your money the way you want to, because you can't tell on YouTube. You can't be like, don't do it. But you could say, hey, spend your money the way you want, but please understand that this individual is not great. They have a very problematic past. Please wait until the documentary comes out to get a better view of the entire story. You could have done that, Roz.
There are a lot of people
I hope
talking a lot of shit about me every single day in my comments on
Ouroboros.
different platforms, in the reaction channels, in their chats. And honestly, I have my differing varying opinions, and there are differing varying levels of severity of fucked upness. Some way less and some way fucking more. But and honestly, I have my differing varying opinions, and there are differing varying levels of severity of fucked upness. Some way less and some way fucking more. But what I haven't seen is anyone else besides Keemstar try to exploit victims. And I'm not going to sit here
and
make that okay, because especially like some of the people he was
PMDD is awful.
Trying to bring on for part 3, and the people he brought on who just didn't know his history and didn't know.
How do you get a diagnosis of PMDD if you don't go to the doctor? Well, she's never been diagnosed with PMDD. She's gotten PDD and MDD.
What they were walking into. They didn't know. They didn't know what they were signing up for. They didn't know what they were inadvertently doing and supporting. And it's all exploitative and disgusting.
Wait.
And didn't know what they were walking into and make that okay. Because especially like some of the people he was trying to bring on for part 3, and the people he brought on who just didn't know his history and didn't know what they were walking into. They didn't know. They didn't know what they were signing up for. They didn't know what they were inadvertently doing and supporting. And it's all exploitative and disgusting. He's an opportunist to the 10th degree.
Well, yeah, that is what that universe is about. There's no such thing as redemption over there. It's literally, what can we make you do that's worse than the last thing that you did to get more clicks, more views? It's not actually about bettering yourself. Think about it. It's the same thing with the girls, where it starts off by they had a sandwich on camera and that got them more clicks. And then it went to a full pizza and then ice cream with the pizza. It's an escalation of behavior.
And it is just, I hope that there are channels out there that watch this, whether you fuck with me or not, that can sit down and do a deep dive into this man and really get the information out there to help
10th degree. Does she mean nth degree? Yes.
People at large understand that every coin thrown at that channel is supporting horrific shit, whether that's racism, the misogyny, the God, just so much shit that is years old in my head now, right? To sit here and support that shit is crazy. It's disgusting. And
do you remember when you had individuals like Drag on your channel? You had Shani in your chat. You were friends with Amberlynn Reed after Amber had just made a very transphobic remark.
The fact that anyone watched the LCU while Amber was on it is crazy too.
Why?
And like I mentioned earlier, when I watched the part where Stefan and Kimmy were talking, I wished I could have watched it through someone else. But I didn't know of anyone. I mean, Zio ended the live. So I was like, for my own involvement in this, I did watch that part. Didn't know of anyone. I mean, Zio ended the live. So I was like, for my own involvement in this, I did watch that part.
What is her involvement in this? I don't think she has any link to the Paradise House other than maybe having friends that went in and out of it. What do you mean you watched it for your involvement? Is it because your face was in the thumbnail? Didn't Snowflake already make a video on Keemstar? I'm not sure, Tron.
And I, for indie reasons, can't go into detail about why.
Hello, Teddy and Shart. Fallen Angel, thank you so much for the super chat. Like, I'll be the first to admit, when ALR went over there, I watched some of it. Then I realized this is all fake and just for shock factor. Haven't watched in weeks, but Roz, guess what? We can think you and Keem are bad people. Agreed. You don't have to pick a side in this. You can be like, I don't like you and I don't like you. It's crazy. I have the ability to just think both of you are shit. All three of you. Stefan, Roz, Keemstar.
I felt the need to do that. So ultimately, I did, and I probably put it on the screen. I really do try very hard to not be super angry on the internet, because that gets weaponized very heavily. People really love to twist that.
I've never wanted to punch an old woman in the face as much as I did then. I walked away from the microwave for 10 seconds. My food was already done and they took it out. I have never wanted to. How do I control my face now? I just wanted to punch her in the face.
This expression of emotion, because I think my anger is very valid and just, and I think more people
I'll go toe to toe with my mama, Demi. Yes,
should be angry about this. And hey, you know what? I'll give it this. Maybe they are, and I just am. I don't fucking watch that shit anymore. So maybe I should concede to that if that's the case. I am livid about this, and I have a lot of like thoughts and feelings and opinions when it comes to.
What is that from? Roz was telling us her work story. There is an individual within the office that she worked with. Roz's food went off and she had walked away from the microwave. The woman took the food. She went to go take the food out of the microwave. So Roz went off on her. She did a live from her pool and said she never wanted to punch an old person in the face as much as she wanted to then. And then after that, she walked away from the food again the following day.
Xiomara and all that stuff. And I have had them for a long time, because I've watched her for a long time. And I have a lot of positive thoughts and opinions too. But I also have just like my own thoughts. And I don't want to add to what she's going through and the hate that she receives. And
there were 2 incidents with the microwave. Yes.
I think that
Hi, Mine Perfect.
She deserves some grace. I really do. I think she was put in a...
Wait, so the person stole her food? No, they were just putting their own food in. And let's guess, this is an assumption on my part. Let's say they have a 30-minute lunch. They were all trainees. None of them were employed at that point. They were all trainees at the company. So if it's a 30-minute lunch, Roz puts her food in, the timer goes off. She's not in the kitchen anymore. She's gone. She walked away. So the person went to go take her food out.
Weird.
So that they could heat up their own lunch.
Really weird position. And like I said,
thank you for the super chat. We knew all of this already. She didn't care until it affected her directly. That's what I was saying in the beginning. She hasn't said anything about it before. She wasn't super angry or anything else. It's that her pictures and the thumbnail. That's what it comes down to.
Said in the stories, there's a lot of nuance there. And
oh, thank you, Tay.
I really want to see their documentary before I talk heavily on her and things like that, right? So, I guess thank you for watching.
Hey, sugar.
I'm gonna cut it here and throw this
together,
and I'm just gonna throw this up like on YouTube. I wanted to expand on those Instagram stories when I had a moment to kind of let the anger cool down. It's been a long time since I've like gone on the internet and just like leashed my anger out like that. I used to do that very frequently, to be honest. Like if you followed me for many, many years, and that was a behavior that I worked on improving on. But at the end of the day, I do believe that some situations warrant those kinds of feelings and reactions. And this is one of them. Keemstar is exploiting victims of sexual assault for his own financial gain before their stories have even been told.
Once again, I do believe that some of these individuals have told their stories on other platforms, if that's something you are interested in. I think this is just a platform that's going to be to a new audience to spread that word.
And that shit's evil. Later.
Okay, so really quick before we finish off the live that we are working on. What's today? Thursday? Yes, today is Thursday. So Tuesday. This is the police report when Jeff broke into his friend's home. This is where he got the 3 felonies, the multiple restraining orders, when he Baker acted himself. And because of this, people found the Facebook post because his mugshot was posted, right? So the alleged individual's father commented on that and said, this guy did this to my child, bad person. And he stole a guitar. He did. So the report says, I responded to a request for a welfare check called in by the defendant. Upon contact with the defendant, he advised me that he had broken a hand. I was able to observe several lacerations on the defendant's legs. The defendant stated he was injured while ransacking his friend's home. I responded to the home of the victim and found 5 windows broken out and the front door ajar. A welfare check of the property was conducted. During the course of the welfare check, I observed extreme damage to multiple rooms inside the home. The defendant was placed into a Baker Act due to his concerning statements of self-harm made on the scene. The first victim detailed damages to property within the house in excess of $3,600. The defendant admitted to willfully and maliciously destroying the real property belonging to the first victim. Surveillance footage from within the victim's home confirmed the defendant's spontaneous confessions. When taken into protective custody, the defendant advised the guitar he was carrying did not belong to him, and he was unsure where he got it. The guitar was later confirmed to belong to the second victim. The guitar, valued at $150, was taken from within the dwelling by the defendant, and he did deprive the second victim of this property. The homeowner, victim 3, was contacted reference the window and interior drywall damage, estimated at $2,500. All 3 victims elected to prosecute. On 6/17/2024, the defendant was released from his Baker Act hold, and the defendant was arrested and transported to the Land O'Lakes, like the butter? Is there actually a place called Land O'Lakes? Sorry. Detention center without further incident. Where is... Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. Well, let's go to this window for now. Hi, Corvid. Who has it? So I might be misspeaking here. It seems like that family was possibly in relation to the alleged victim. Roz wanted this guy to come to her mother's house, right? And she told the internet that there's never like aggressive. He's not like a degenerate, it's a misunderstanding sort of thing. Land O'Lakes, Florida. It's a town. It's butter. Well, can't believe it's not butter. Roz is a pathetic pick-me. Land O'Lakes is north of Tampa. Is that where it comes from, the butter? Sorry, I just thought you might find that interesting. So this is who Roz aligns herself. And she was talking about the alleged victim, and she was like, there's not a police report. I don't believe it. It's fake. He doesn't know that person.
You're going to graduate from
Butter's
college
Minnesota.
today? Congratulations, Coral. Oh my God, my sleep is very...
The butter is Minnesota. I feel so lied to us now. So he was Baker acted? Yes. Rach Piggy, good morning. Don't get me wrong here. I can't stand the Keem, but she fails to bring the light why he is bringing up Paradise, which is because of Foxy's personal relationship with the house. If not for her, there wouldn't have been any interviews, talk about it, likely. And why not mention Foxy, as she does have some actual knowledge? That's a good question. Like, I know that there's somebody in the LCU now that was also a part of it. Like, she doesn't mention that at all.
very sporadic, and because I struggle with insomniatic symptoms and stuff, so...
And this is just us continuing where we were at the other day.
Awesome, Tobians.
Boop. Boop.
You look so nice, by the way. I think I'll wild, but thank you. I appreciate that, Coral.
I just don't know if I like that all of Girl World is now connected to aspects of it. Like every individual that we watch in some way has connection. Emily has been in Zio's chat, has also posted, was it Instagram, TikTok? I don't remember. Please leave my friends alone. Emily, Amber LCU, LCU Foxy, Foxy Paradise, Paradise Roz.
I got some food on my shirt earlier while I was cooking, and I just got water on me now, actually.
Great. The spider web of death vats.
Nonsense. I see inner beauty in all women, no matter what. Well, Coral, you've been sweet to me for years, so I appreciate you. Is there a recipe food that you're really good at making? Like everyone says it's really good.
We have all been bad touched by Hugh Hefner. What a statement, Teddy.
My grape salad, my homemade mac and cheese. I'll make a good sandwich bread and milk roll. Everyone says it's really good. My grape salad.
Okay, so a sugar bomb.
My homemade mac and cheese.
The mac and cheese is Teeny's mac and cheese with a Roz spin on it.
I'll make a good sandwich bread and milk roll.
Once again, a recipe from Better Homes and Garden. Oh my God, her nails are always look at that. Yummy. And she likes to put them in the mouth. Apparently, there's been allegedly CSAM shared in ALL's Discord that Gemini guy said he would call the cops and Amber was freaking out. What? What the fuck? What?
I'm afraid to sleep. My partner said I've been acting strange lately as I sleepwalk. I didn't even know I sleepwalk. That's crazy. Like, I'm sorry you're experiencing that. As a kid, I did sleepwalk a little bit. One time, I ate in my sleep that, like, I know of. It's so crazy
I'm shocked.
because
She shut the Discord down. Yep, she deleted the Discord server this morning. The Discord is gone. This isn't about ALR. Okay. I think the two organizations had to merge to stay alive. This economy has a lot of organizations making strange choices. Trade symbol lol W world.
Oh, actually, I think it was more than once. It was when I was really young, like young. I remember one time I thought I was dreaming, and I thought it was so strange because, like, in the dream, all I did was go downstairs, walk into the kitchen, grab a bag of sour cream and Lay's potato chips, and like eat them, and then that was the dream. Come to find out, I woke up in like a half sleep state and did that, and then there was other times where.
Would it be rude to say a lock on the fridge might have been beneficial?
There was this one time I remember specifically. I don't remember what the food was, but like I went to bed and when I woke up in the morning and we were like all in the living room and stuff, on like the side table and somewhere in the living room there was just like a container of food there that I guess I'd ate in my sleep. I think it was like a stress anxiety.
Who the fuck is even posting that type of crap? I don't know. And I've heard, was it Foodie Beauty's Discord back in the day that somebody posted images like that and then they said they were doing it to be a troll? That's not a fucking troll. That's fucking disgusting. Okay? It's fucking gross and you're an awful individual for doing that. It's not a fucking troll.
Anxiety thing. I don't know. I mean, I had PTSD as a child and no one knew. Like, you know, like I had issues in my childhood too. Because I mean, I was 6 when all that started. But
not a troll. It's a felony.
I want to try the grape salad so bad, but my husband doesn't eat grapes and I know I can't finish it all myself. Quarter the recipe. Use like a cup of grapes, fourth of a block of cream cheese. Well, I don't know, eighth a cup of sour cream, whatever the math, however the maths, you know. Quarter the recipe. And also, it does last a good few days, so you might even be able to have it in the fridge. Or if you get invited to like a potluck or a family gathering of sorts, you can always make it for that too.
Grape salad sounds nasty. I've tried it. Zachary Michael tried it. We had very differing opinions, so maybe you'll love it.
Oh my God. I'm finally in the worst season of Gilmore Girls. Season 7, if you know, you know.
Never seen a single episode.
Ugh, I'm trying to power through it.
Apple salad?
Like, fuck Chris, man. I hate that man.
Oh, you're right. I'm tired of her having everything worse than anyone else. It is in regards to my dad sleptwalked and got the ice cream out to eat and put it back in the cupboard. It was all melted when we woke up. And then I know I talk in my sleep and mumble a lot. So she's like, listen, I sleptwalked. I slept 8. I had this going on. I know you're telling me a story, but whatever I went through, it's worse. Shh, quiet you. Is this new? This one's from Wednesday, the one we didn't finish, Tron.
Anyway. Oh, yeah. So if you take the Oreos out, you need to probably adjust the amount of cream because it was a little too loose. If you didn't put the Oreos in to like absorb some of the moisture. Because I used an Oreo crust still, if I remember right.
Sarah Tops. Ah, thank you so much for becoming a member. Please enjoy your blowies. Sorry, it took me a second to get your name, and it's fantastic. The cheesecake was loose. Yeah, she didn't let it set. The one she made at Rim Jobs, it was wet. She drank that cheesecake. That's why she only brought 3 slices, so she could put the rest in a cup.
But I love me a rewatch of Gilmore Girls.
Words? Always tired.
Feel good. Maybe if I'm tired, I'll sleep a little. That'd be lit. Fingers crossed.
Wait,
on
what?
that.
Sorry, I do love when she makes derpy faces. Do I want it? Kind of. I think I do need it. I don't know why, but it's calling to me.
Still good. Maybe I'm tired. I'll sleep a little. That'd be lit. Fingers crossed on that one, folks. You're more of a One Tree Hill girly. You know, hot take. I don't even think I've seen that. Surprisingly. Thanks for a heads up. Not a huge fan of Oreos. Yeah. I mean, like if you follow my exact recipe measurements and stuff, I would maybe take out like 1/4 of a cup.
Shh. Individual, please look up recipes online. There's a ton of them. No baked cheesecakes, look it up. I wouldn't follow any of Roz's recipes unless you're pulpy and you have to try the salad dressing. Probably because your sugar level is insane.
Of the liquid. Because it just didn't set as it was really loosey-goosey. You know? And I think that's because the cookies you added it kind of absorbed some of the moisture. Should I pick up overtime on Friday? I can't decide. If you have the free time and you're able to still find time to like decompress and stuff, absolutely. Because it's extra money. You can do it. I believe in you. Back when I was younger, I used to I was able to work I would do like 10, 20 hours of overtime in a week, especially when I worked for Apple when I was young and I had the energy before my disabilities really fucking disabled me.
Before the weight gain started impacting every part of her body, before her knees were crumbling, before the diabetes and her sugars were taking over her life, but we're not going to acknowledge those. Do y'all remember when she said she worked at Zaxby's and that she realized she couldn't work or be on her feet at all? And that's when she was pretty damn young.
I love working overtime because
I'm sure, yes.
My paychecks were dope. I miss being when I worked for my last favorite job I had back in 2024. I would try sometimes to do overtime, but I just even then I was struggling with my different shit. And at that point, I was also post concussions.
You have never been diagnosed. You've never. The concussions are both self-determined, just like the autism. She fell down the stairs on her neck and had a concussion. She didn't see anybody. She just knows. She slipped in the shower and somehow it was her mother's fault. And she hit her head on the corner of the sink. These are stories she's told. There was blood everywhere. Concussion. But she didn't get checked out by a doctor. Concussion.
Because
the concussions are self-determined. Yes. Hi, Star Mixer.
When I was working a lot of overtime, that was before my concussions in 2014 and 2015. Pretty sure those were the years. Hot take, I've never watched Gilmore Girls. I need to, though. Highly recommend. I love Mia Gilmore Girls. I always say if they pay you OT hours and you have the mental physical bandwidth to go for that shit, hell yeah. Especially if it's a desk job. If it's physical labor, I get it. That's different.
I'm a self-determined, independently wealthy woman. So how do I cash in on that?
If you need the money and you're not mentally overloaded and don't have proper obligations, let that make your decision.
Interesting, Rage Piggy.
Or let that make you decide. Exactly.
Nikki found her old IG where she implied her mama had died. Curious. Is it on her YouTube or is it on X? No.
iCloud SME, which in that field is a subject matter expert. And I would run virtual training presentations with over 100 people in them. And I taught people the ins and outs of the iCloud account support stuff.
Gosh, she's so fucking smart. I don't know how she does it.
As well as I specialized in de-escalation, essentially of
Nikki posted a pic on
I had a really good I forgot what the percentage was called, but basically the call escalation percentage, mine was really low. I was really good at I can't remember the phrase right now, it's bugging me. I was really good at call retention. Keeping the call and having call resolution, I think is the phrase I'm looking for.
Okay, cool. Libby, thank you for the super chat. I just want to get Scar to say, oh my gosh, are you talking about Nikki's the personal cheesecake? Oh, I forgot to read this out loud to you guys. I speak for myself in the advocacy of my expression. Synesthesia. Am I saying that right? Synesthesia. Yeah, I think that feels right in my head. Yes.
I'm looking for. God, you couldn't pay me to work for Apple again. My favorite job was when I worked for a specialty pharmacy, and I specifically the oncology team, where I basically work with cancer patients all day, and it was very. You couldn't pay me to work for Apple again. My favorite job was when I worked for a specialty pharmacy, and I specifically the oncology team, where I basically work with cancer patients all day, and it was very rewarding. And sometimes it was hard. Sometimes it was really hard. You couldn't pay me to work for Apple again. Oh my God. Because you deal with every type of person has an iPhone. There were times I spoke to like children. And we had policies and rules for that and stuff, but
she worked with cancer patients, sure. I thought she was like the person in the middle where they were trying to get like continuity of care. I thought that was the previous story. Am I wrong? Maybe.
The big, like, what I hated about working for Apple was like you dealt with just like all types of horrid, like children. Sometimes it was really hard. You couldn't pay me to work for Apple again. Oh my God. Because you deal with every type of person has an iPhone. There were times I spoke to like children. And we had
why? You're right.
policies
Okay.
and rules for that and stuff, but
that you hang up.
the big, like, what I
Hi, I'm sorry. This needs to be somebody 18 and older.
hated about working for Apple was like you dealt with just like all types of horrid people that just didn't know how to fucking regulate their own emotions, people who were super rich
Zing! I don't know what you said, but I see claps for you. So congratulations, whatever it may be.
and obnoxious and treated you like the dirt on their shoe, but expected you to help them and expected you to be grateful to help them by simply giving you their presence.
Oh yeah, I need this too. I'm so sorry. Does anybody need it? Do you want it? Look at the back of her throat. This is for me. Maybe tomorrow's thumbnail. Am I going on tomorrow? I might go to the pool tomorrow. We'll see. Roz, are you going live tonight? Let me know.
You had to deal with like, oh my God, well, I love to tell the story. There was one time I was talking to a guy and he was calling basically because he wanted a basic like how-to tutorial on the iPod Shuffle. Okay, the iPod Shuffle was, if you don't know, a little device about this fucking big. It had no screen.
Big red.
You could plug your headphones into it. You could charge it and plug it into your computer. And it had a play button on it. It had a back and forth button on it.
'Twas a little poem. Here once was a girl who was concussed. She didn't see those who she must. Though her stories are long, her memories are gone. It leaves everybody nonplussed. I need like the bongo.
On it and maybe like 2 other buttons on it. Okay. And this person, bless him, said, there's this button on here. I don't know what it means. It looks like a sideways triangle and an 11 symbol. What do you mean? It was like the year 2012. What do you mean?
Was it their first iPod?
Sideways triangle and 11 symbol.
I did, Quirky. Wow, Roz, someone picking on someone with a learning disability. People have different levels of tech ability. This is mean. Yeah, what?
You've never used a VHS player? You've never held a TV remote? You've never looked at a radio? What do you mean?
Not a simple, oh yeah, that's just the play pause button. Those 2 lines are going to indicate pause for you. And that side triangle is a play button.
Sorry, that one still bothers me. It's been over a decade. It wasn't a troll call. It was a very sweet older person. It was.
Oh, so let's just be ageist. Zingcat, thank you for the super chat. Quite the judgment from a dyslexic.
Not a troll call. I promise you, among the other questions, it was someone who is and that's the thing is, it boggled my mind because like every other question, I kind of understood why they were asking it. And honest to God, that's the thing. When you work for Apple, you get a lot of calls like that. But I mean, this person had to be like 70s, 80s, like they were old. So
I don't know how I feel about this.
So like,
Yummy, thank you for the super chat. Scar, if Ross releases a book of poetry, will you sign it for me? No, that feels like plagiarism because I'm not Roz and I don't want to claim her work.
that was not a troll call. I know what troll calls are like. I got those too. I could tell you the worst call I ever had, but honestly, it's kind of triggering.
So quit shitting on them. She hates elderly people. I keep saying that. A lot of her insults are, you're too old to be doing this. Have your grandkids. Aren't you old enough, or you're too old, you should know better. It's always something to do with age.
Yeah, I've been cussed out left, right, front, and center for just breathing on the phones. I worked in call centers for a decade. How long ago did you work for the pharmacy? I got laid off in 2020.
I'm 26 and we literally didn't have internet until I was 10. There are plenty of grown folks, elderly, disabled, etc., that literally have access to some technology for the first time.
That was when I lost my
Oh, trigger warning, child with cancer. Thank you, Taby.
insurance. I haven't had insurance since. You know, you would think it would be hard, and there were calls that were really hard. I think I'll never forget. I had a patient that was a 6-month-old baby.
Okay, this does sound like it's going to be a very heavy story, so trigger warning.
And I got off that call and I had to take an extra break.
Scar, are you ignoring me or on top chat? Oh God, am I on top chat? Freya, I need you to mind your business. I definitely wasn't in top chat. I don't know what you're talking about. Thank you for letting me know. Quirky, thank you for the super chat. She hates old people because she's jealous she won't make it to their age. Oof.
That was hard.
Hi, Rancid.
And there was one call that was also, I think it was for a child in a similar age range, actually. I don't remember. I think maybe 1 to 3 years. And there was it was literally a life and death situation. And we were dealing with like the fucking, what are they called?
Referrals?
When you have to get permission from the insurance. Come on, Rosie. It's only been a couple years.
Approval?
Like, you have to do the fucking 3 weeks of paperwork. Not pre-registration. Come on.
Could we please skip? Yes, Taby.
Pre-approval, pre-authorization, and I was one of them. It was like a crazy number of people, way more than a 3-way call. And I never really got a true resolution, but they were on path of like paying like a I remember one time I processed
prior authorization.
Was it a $6,000 copay or a $10,000 copay as a cash payment for a chemotherapy? I think that's what a discount. Seeing like the back.
Was she working in insurance? That's what I'm confused about, because in this live alone, she just said that she worked primarily pharmaceuticals with oncology, but in the past she has said she worked at like a call center where it was continuity of care. So I don't know.
The back end of that stuff, I was already kind of radicalized, but that radicalized the fuck out of me.
Are we using that word right? What is she saying?
Like just really getting insight into like the administrative back end of the healthcare system.
Oh, okay.
That shit radicalized me in a way that I can't even explain. Our for-profit healthcare system is repugnant at best. And I liked being a part of the system because I was there for the patients. And I loved advocating for them. And I
feel like you would be the worst patient advocate. You don't advocate for yourself. I don't assume you're going to advocate for anybody else.
Loved it when I was able
to. You were just mocking an individual who might have been new with certain technologies. And we're like, are you fucking serious? You've never held a remote? You've never been in a car? She does lie a lot. It shows in her facial expressions.
Thick shit.
She's an advocate, though. You're not radicalized, Roz. You haven't done shit to disrupt the system. It's not a damn thing. So radicalized, guys. Peace cap. Why can I not speak?
I went on leave. I was there for about 6 months, I think, or 7 months when I got selected for.
Shut up, GSH.
The frequent caller queue pilot program. There was like maybe 19 of us, and I was in a training class. It was me and 2 other people. They both had been there for 2 years. I'd only been there for 7 months, and my manager recommended me because I had such a high call resolution stat, because I was really good at like going through accounts, and like when I would get.
Have a great day, Laurel.
People, because like when I would get people even before this pilot program that they actually ended up implementing while I was gone, and it like became a thing, which is great because sometimes people were having to call back every single day, and people like, because depending on who they got on the phone, they were just getting a runaround. And so I would, follow policy and do my fucking job. And figure out what the issues were and try to get them to do what they needed to do. And there was also just a lot of like fighting back and forth with doctors' offices because not all doctors' offices are made the same. And I really loved that job because every day I woke up when I would go to work, I felt like I was genuinely making a difference. Like what I did mattered, and it brought me.
This has to be for the new audience she assumes she's going to get. This has to be this, oh, I'm such a victim. Oh, reaction channels are just bullying an autistic, fat, mentally ill woman. I was saving the world. These individuals with that were dealing with some of the worst times in their life, I made the difference. Hi, Shirley.
A sense of accomplishment, and I was so sad when I was laid off. I was laid off with like hundreds of other people.
Don't mind me having a mukbang with you guys. I'll hide myself as I take a bite of my nom noms. Oh no, Aqua!
And I had ADA accommodations at that job too, and I had really good insurance, so I haven't been able to find a job like that since when I was looking. And I don't even know if I could handle that job now, given how certain things have escalated for me. But whatever. But that job is my favorite job of all time that I've had. I hate sales. I did sales, inbound sales. I've also done business to business sales. Hate sales. Just drains my soul. My last like out of the house job was a sales job.
That's when she ended up in the grippy sock vacation, was because she wasn't making sales. And so that's when she ended up at the karaoke. It was for her diabetes, Demi.
And maybe it was just the leadership I had. I don't know, but I feel like it's like when you work in sales, there's just a level of like cutthroatness and like fake you have to be. That just
it's a competition, essentially.
Doesn't work for me. I feel lucky. I feel lucky if you had me to advocate. If I had you to advocate for me, oh wow, that's really sweet, Tobians. I always appreciate those that take on the emotional labor jobs. That's what's so interesting is it wasn't super emotionally draining for me. Hey, Fiago. Yeah, the pizza was yum. You might be behind right now. ADA.
I think she's talking about her PTSD is what's escalated for her, by the way.
It is American Disabilities Act. Google it to double check. Or something like that.
I've compounded drugs for helping people with brain bleeds while the life flight was on the helipad and they needed it now. If Roz did that, you'd never hear the end. Is this members only? No, Freya. This is that one we were working on Wednesday.
Google it. But basically it's accommodations that you submit paperwork for, and they make reasonable accommodations, which for me looked like, I think it was I could miss up to 8 hours a week of work intermittently, dependent upon my symptoms. And I think I had like an extra allotment of break time, like 5 or 10 minutes that I could take as needed.
How young was she at this job? No, because that's when she was still on YouTube, I think, right?
I think that was mainly it.
Scar, how many people were watching? I'm not sure how many were in her chat. Libby, were you sniping this?
Did I get Wednesdays off? Did they reduce my hours to 32?
I'm so glad she loved overtime. She just loved it. She always wanted to take on more with herself. She was just, woo, every extra hour she could get, she dug it.
I actually don't remember.
I don't remember which one is this. Late night vibes. Oh, probably not, because it was at like 4 o'clock in the morning. And homemade strawberry vinaigrette.
I either might have, or I entertained that, or I did that for a period. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember. But I might have had it one way and then switched it at some point, like just kind of like figuring it out as I was going on, like what worked best for me with my PTSD stuff. Whether that like between that and solid, because I just have a lot of shit that I'd struggle with, man. Like
address the elephant. Oh my gosh. Address the elephant in the kitchen, lose a couple 100 pounds, and then work from there. I bet you will feel so much better. And I'm not being ugly when I say that. I'm being realistic.
It is exhausting. You think it's exhausting hearing about it? Try fucking living with it, bro. Let me tell you.
Well, Libby, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That was really helpful.
How has her PTSD increased? What, may I ask, what's changed, Roz, in the past 2 years?
Cool.
I thought you've been doing like a lot of work on yourself to be better.
But yeah. So
Board Barbie, let's get it.
But yeah, so I was in the frequent caller queue program, and so basically that meant we had like additional forms we had to fill out, and it kind of basically gave me supervisor admin.
How's the book coming, Roz? Well, don't you know, Quirky? Because of her concussions, it's just not the same anymore. She's been having a really hard time with writing. Meg, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for skipping. My little was in the NICU and her roommate was a 9-month-old baby. She doesn't know anything about it. Always me, me, me. I'm so sorry, Meg. And I hope everything's going better now.
Administration privileges,
I hope your little one's doing well.
but I wasn't a supervisor. So it was kind of like if you had like tier 1, tier 2, it was kind of like tier 1.5. And I never wanted to be tier 2 support at any of my jobs. Tier 2 support, those are the people that just get yelled at so the other person who can't emotionally regulate feels better. No, thank you. Not for like $1 or $2 more an hour. No, thank you. I never wanted that responsibility ever. That was never. I wanted to get into QA eventually. That just never ended up happening. Getting into QA is super, super hard. It takes
God, what is this word? Oh,
like I think it takes a lot of time, effort, consistency, and then also a little luck. Because there has to be like openings. QA is a very coveted position. I'm sure you've been beaten down enough by all the sadness you've dealt with call centers and in your everyday living. Yeah, like if someone was like unable to be de-escalated and reasoned with, I wanted.
Is it wrong to say that I hate how she is? A lot of people dislike Ross the most. I have patients that I've known since their birth. I would never share more than that. They are humans and their journey is not content. What's QA? Quality assurance.
I wanted another place to go that wasn't me. You're stronger than people give you credit for. Thank you so much, Chamomile. I really appreciate that, dude. In my heart, like, I know that, because
Oh, that's amazing, Meg.
what I've been through is real. It's not like just attention-seeking bullshit. The fact I'm alive is surprising.
Guys, she's tired of being as strong as she is. Every day she shows you just how strong she is. She doesn't involve herself. She didn't reach out to Shane Dawson's victim. She doesn't insert herself in situations that she isn't a part of. She's strong for us.
To be honest. But I'm grateful. I'm very grateful. I'm still yapping. Holy shit. I'm just reminiscing. I'm just thinking about past stuff,
Have fun, baby.
Escalation due to unruly callers.
Why should she be dead? Be it the mental health of it, be it the size of it, being all of her disabilities.
Well, most call centers have a tier 1, tier 2 structure. Any of them worth their salt. So, like, the first point of contact would be considered tier 1 support.
Ross is stronger than any U.S. Marine. Thank her for her cervix. Whenever, if she and Remjob ever get married, she would be one of those spouses. Thank me for my husband's service.
Or it's technical support or customer service or, sales is different, but like customer care, just like most places have like your customer service rep and a supervisor. So customer service reps considered like tier 1, supervisors are considered tier 2. Some places even have like a tier 3, but those are like more by appointment,
I don't know what she's talking about. It's making my eyes go crossed.
They call you back because it's like an extreme circumstance. And that tends to be more.
She fought and died for this country.
Related to technical support, I'd say. Yeah.
So Demi, she wouldn't be eligible for benefits from Remjob. We don't believe he's at 100%, so she wouldn't be eligible.
He means the pain isn't winning. True. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not having a nerve pain flare, so like this sucks, but this is a cakewalk compared to my nerve pain.
Do you know what neuropathy is, Roz? Do you know that you have diabetes? Do you know that if you talk to a healthcare provider, you might be able to get some of those symptoms under control?
Anything you're up to for the rest of the week? What's today?
Dependopotamus, triceratops.
Nothing specifically planned yet.
Wow.
If people think you're all lies, and where did they get their information from? Honestly, tune them out. I'm glad you are alive.
We watch your videos, Roz. I don't pull information out of my ass. We've watched your content. I'm not like, wow. So Roz on her 31st birthday found a cake, and then she sat. Well, you know what? Maybe that's possible. I mean, I need to make it more absurd. I'll think about it. We'll start a rumor.
So much. I probably will be hopping off at some point soon, but I would just
40 minutes, not bad, not bad.
In bed anyway. I mean, granted, it is almost 5 in the morning, but I'm so glad I made that strawberry vinaigrette. It came out great.
Pulpy said he's going to do it. Y'all, we won. Our bullying, our gentle, soft bullying, we won.
It is literally 4:50 in the morning. Like crazy.
It's true, Knuckle.
We had a delicious meal. Oh, I need to.
Oh my God, if they got married, would she qualify for discounts like free food on Veterans Day? No, I don't think so. No.
Put those 3 slices of pizza away that I didn't eat.
Wait, what's Pulpy doing? Pulpy is making Roz's strawberry vinaigrette, strawberry, cottage cheese, honey, garlic, curry vinaigrette.
I'm just gonna put these in a sandwich to eat.
Yummy.
We belong in bed, real.
Oh yeah, I forgot the vinegar. Add that to the mixture, I said. Guess what? I actually made it to a hospital appointment this morning with my agoraphobia amazing alien. I had a transvaginal ultrasound to check for ovarian cyst. Being probed wasn't that bad. Alien, that's amazing that you were able to get out and doing the damn thing. Why would Pulpy do that? Well, surely. It might be possible that we took a poll on who we were telling? Yes. And I think it was like 49% Pulpy won. And we went in there with a dainty little super chat. And yeah. Curious.
Hey, Coffee is Bay. Man, you haven't been around in a long time.
Coffee is Bay. Is that the individual that was being real weird with Sky? That feels right in my head. I know, Shirley.
I think I am unfortunately about to log off though.
The people were Pulpy, Zachary Michael, Charlie Gold, and we put Tiny Blue, but Tiny Blue could have been the ankle, Tiny. It was like our spot. Like if those three didn't win. Yeah, I mean, thank you for the super chat. Pulpy do more. What indeed?
Yeah, I'll go to bed when I'm done courting my bong. Nice. I'm so low on THC. It's not funny at all. I'm literally trading it like in a break glass in case of emergency situation because I don't think
maybe you should reach out to Jeff.
I'll be able to get more for another month. But oh well. Could be worse. Like I do use it as medication and pain management, but
you should be careful with that with your weed-induced psychosis. Hi, Lena. Hello, first time here. But if they got married, she would probably refile his claim in order to get him 100%. Thank you for the soup. I could see her do that, being like, Beeb, you need to go back to the VA, Beeb. My boyfriend, he's getting reevaluated. His allergies, that's another 5%. And he stubbed his toe one time. That at least is another 5%.
I'll make do.
Allergies, all of it. Wait, I already said that.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
Aqua.
probably have at least 2 doses worth left. Maybe 3 if I do lower. But sometimes when I do lower dosing, it's like not even worth it. Like it, you know what I mean? It just doesn't like touch it.
Oh,
enough.
yeah, you're right, Sky.
Oh. I think the garbage truck is here. Our garbage trucks come here like crazy early in the morning.
Her pain management. Instead of talking to a doctor, Advance her other pain management. Don't forget he has decor trauma from not being able to decorate his room. Oh, you're right, GSH. That is a thing. Rimjob said it is did he say shrine? A tribute? What did he say? To his inner child. A memorial? Celebrating the kid in him versus like, this is the first time I've been able to decorate the way I wanted to, so I just decided to throw it some space shit.
Do y'all have any last questions or statements before?
Do you remember when she was in her car? She said she was going to write a book about advocating for yourself with doctors and had like 8 notebooks. Yes, I have it bookmarked.
Might need it tomorrow. I actually might need it tomorrow because I'm PMSing like a motherfucker. And that worries me. Because what if I have a pain flare in the next month? Dealing with a pain flare without weed will
Pain. My boyfriend, pain flare, pain. Let's check the transcripts. Pain. Show me pain. Control F. 22. Excuse me. Pardon me. Thank you.
Hell on earth. Like, actually hell on earth. So, fingers crossed on that front.
Maybe spend some time in the pool, take some weight off of your joints. Maybe that'll help decrease your peen. Options. Be a little buoy.
Fingers crossed. Ugh. I'm not looking forward to that. But in day-to-day life, I can go just fine without using THC. Like, it's really not a big deal for me. But when I'm in a pain flare, or like I'm really struggling, like symptomatic wise, like THC helps a lot with that. And I do try to not use it every day because I do feel like that can have a negative impact on me as well. I'm also careful about dosing because who the hell wants to green out? That's a horrible feeling. I love using a spray bottle with my fan blowing on me and just basking in this. Yeah, that's a
Self-diagnosed. Oh, you're right. She's self-diagnosed. Peen flares and jazz hands.
good feeling. I haven't done that in a long time.
Why can't she have weed? Money.
I might be taking a cold shower soon because I feel like that'll help me like cool down.
Just ask for money already. Guys, I'm poor. If you want to help me while I'm in peen, just go ahead. Donate.
Yeah, me too. I hate painkillers, bro. I hate them, and I'm scared of them, low key, high key, actually. I'm scared of them. I don't like the side effects, and they're addictive. And I
So we can acknowledge that pain medication has an addictive quality, but we refuse to look at ourselves and be like, why do I feel weird today? Oh, I didn't take my daily Ativan.
and have an addictive personality.
But you said you're not addicted to Ativan.
So taking them routinely would scare the shit out of me.
Seek help.
Like that, it just scares me. I don't need another problem in this life. I have enough of those.
Ativan is addictive. She digged food. Oh, yeah.
I love them and don't want to be physically dependent. Ooh, yeah. They don't prescribe RX when they are truly needed. That's also true, yeah. And that's the thing is I am terrified of somewhere in my chart being labeled as like drug seeking too. So I'm always like, I don't want painkillers. That's not why I'm here. I just want to know what's wrong.
That was interesting. Say that again for me.
Truly needed. That's also true, yeah. And that's the thing is I am terrified of somewhere in my chart being labeled as like drug seeking too. So
What have you done in your past that would lead healthcare providers to think you were drug seeking? Could it be the Ativan? That's interesting.
I'm always like, I don't want painkillers. That's not why I'm here. I just want to know what's wrong. You know, like, please don't give them to me. I'm terrified of like a doctor misunderstanding that and like putting that on my chart. That would scare me.
Okay, I agree with this. I have a painful disease and want pain relief. I'm so afraid I'm going to be seen as drug seeking.
You have to give methadone to people and make that make sense. Yeah, exactly. Keep emailing if you suggest them or valid pain, they'll look at you sideways. So I just don't mention them unless I'm getting something surgical. Hello. You have to give methadone to people and make that make sense. Yeah, exactly. Keep emailing if you suggest them or valid pain, they'll look at you sideways. So I just don't mention them unless I'm getting something surgical. Hello. Catalic? Oh, that's a cool way of spelling that. Catalic? Am I saying that right?
Yes, sugar.
Catalic? It kind of sounds like the car, right? Or no, am I thinking Cadillacs? I don't know. I'm tired. It's about to be 5 a.m. Hello, good to see you.
Most doctors see chronic pain patients as pill fishing. She's also just a very non-compliant patient, though. And when they give doctors orders, be it a medication or I don't know if she's ever been referred to physical therapy, but any doctor's orders, checking blood sugar, metformin, she doesn't follow. She only goes when she wants something.
They helped a lot after laparoscopy. Yes, it's just a combination of my names. You can just call me Kat. Oh, cool. Hey, Kat. A major cancer hospital here doesn't prescribe them to people. A few parents I know for a fact have been
76.5, malingering conscious simulation is how they would code drug-seeking behavior if there isn't documented addiction.
prosecuted for giving their minors THC. You can look for articles. I just do not. Wow. Yeah, giving minors THC is a complicated topic, especially when it comes to like if they have cancer, things like that, right? I don't want to speak too much on that because I'm not educated. But I think if you're giving CBD or things that have no cognitive effect, I think that should be allowed, especially if it helps. And I don't know. The thing about that is under the age of 25, THC has a pretty dramatic effect on the brain before it's like fully developed. So like, I'm not a doctor, and I don't want to suggest I know anything better than medical professionals because I fucking don't. But
then why don't you listen to doctors' advice when they tell you you have inflammation due to your weight? It's not arthritis. You had a negative ANA. No, it's not autism. You don't meet the criteria. You have overlapping symptoms because of your ADHD. Let's work on that. But you know better, right? Oh, but you just said you're not a medical provider.
But
Hi, Radioactive.
I think that's a nuanced topic for sure. Yeah, I heard good things about CBD and seizure disorders, but I'm no professional nor expert. That's just what I was thinking of. Hey, Seattle.
Think of all those kids with weed bumps. You don't know the price.
Hi, thank you for letting me know who you are. Good to see you, girl.
Hold on.
Long time no talk.
Tell you the price that you pay. They don't.
That's my favorite thing. Why didn't I ever clip? I didn't consent to this, Amber.
Oh, my tummy.
Sugar.
It's moments like this where I hate being a woman. Most of the time I don't, but right now. I only mean cancer patients, but I agree with you there. Yeah, exactly. Like, obviously, giving a child THC just for the hell of it is fucking abuse. Obviously. But, like, when it's, like, if the child has cancer, you know, like, that's between you and your doctor and your God, in my opinion. And I'm not going to judge. You do what is best. Supposed to be cleaning right now, but I don't want to. Real. Actually, same. I really should be cleaning the kitchen, and I just don't.
Wait, I thought you were non-binary, Roz. Well, remember earlier in this one, she said she's choosing not to be non-binary because she doesn't want another struggle or challenge.
I don't fucking want to.
Identify as you will, Roz. Your sexuality, that's fine. I don't care, Roz.
Earlier in the live, I made an awesome salad with homemade dressing and some pizza. It is. So that's the thing is like THC is really bad for like brain development. Like. You know, I really think alcohol and THC and all that stuff. I honestly believe that. Oh my God.
I'm not educated enough to know how weed works in the brain before the age of 25. I have no idea.
I honestly believe the age limit should be higher than 21, but hot take. Alcohol should be illegal before THC. That's just my opinion. At least THC has medicinal use. But I also think the government shouldn't step in either.
Interesting.
Except for obviously the age limits. So many perma-fried, burnt out stoners in high school. Yeah. I didn't try THC until like literally a month before my 21st birthday because of course I couldn't just wait till I was 21. But actually the story is kind of funny. I was friends with this girl. Not going there, but I was friends with this girl and like I knew her from like really early childhood.
She is slipping out of this chair more and more recently. Roz, the chair doesn't fit anymore. We got to size up.
And she was like in and out of my life for a bit. And then like until about age 20. So I was Mormon, but even after I left the church for like 2 years, I was extreme anti-drugs, like anti-substances. Like my parents for the longest time, like when they finally kind of eventually caught on that I was like cool with THC, they were really surprised because I was like super brown nosy, goody two shoes, very like by the book, brown nosing, rule follower, that kind of. I was a very different person up until about once I was 18 and then 21. I might get back to that in a second, but
what is this story going to be? What is this? What are we leading to? Groomed into psychosis.
Over time, I kind of warmed up to it, and a lot of it had to do with this friend. She would kind of constantly be like, "You should try it. You should try it. You should try it." Literally, like I just stopped listening to Dare, I guess, kind of a vibe. And one day I told her, I was like, because this was back when I lived in Georgia in the rural South, like way before recreational legalization was happening, and back in like
better off, yes, groomed into THC, polyamory.
They were even more strict in Georgia about
power struggles
than they are now, which they're still kind of.
I heard that, hi Bimbo, that Roz, the person she was talking about as far as the bipolar stuff, or the hypomania, is a reaction channel. The small one we were speaking about, Yuhari, I didn't realize she was responding to them. And that channel is a tiny platform. So would she consider that power dynamic punching down?
still kind of strict if I remember correctly. It was like a super big deal. It was very hard to get. Like you kind of just could get what you get. But she was like trying to sell me on it. And so I've always loved strawberry, right? So she told me about strawberry kush, right? About its existence. And she showed me a picture and she said all this stuff about it. And so I looked at her and I said, well, if you can get this, then sure, I'll try it. Shit, you know, within a week, this girl knew how to get what she wanted. I'll give her that. Within a week, she found some. And I was like, well, shit, okay. And so it was literally in like October of
Yes, surely.
whatever year I turned 21.
I think it's either the beginning of this one or in her members only. I'll send you the clip shortly if I remember.
And she got some, and I was walking with her and a few of her friends in the subdivision she lived in at the time. We just were going on a walk, and we were sharing something that contained the THC that you, right? And it started with the letter B. And we were partaking together as I was walking along. And at first I didn't feel anything. And I was like, I don't feel anything. And I like kept hitting it, right? And we were just like, I was like, I don't feel anything. I don't feel anything. Like for a hot second, like for a while. And then I remember so vividly, like at one point we were walking around and I closed my eyes for some reason, like for a good like beat. And when I opened them back up, I think I was still standing at this point. I opened them back up and I was like, whoa.
Why does she remember the most random shit? I know a lot of people are this way. I also remember random things. But Roz, whenever she comes to lying stuff, she's either like on a script where she's told herself this lie so many times, the story is just the story, and then she'll lie about it later and we'll catch her. Or I can't remember, it's my concussions. But I remember I opened my eyes and it was March 21st.
Whoa. Everything's in HD. And everybody just burst into laughter. It was like a whole moment. And that was the first time I wasn't straight edge. And let me catch up with Chet. It was like a whole moment. And that was the first time I wasn't straight edge.
Is she talking about Yes. It is Rim Job, I think, claims to be straight edge. We were talking about this recently where Roz saying, I gave up alcohol? And we were like, that's weird. Or I sobered up and I'm just California sober now. And now she's talking about being straight edge.
And let me catch up with Chet. I want the Prohibition Act back, but then again, I'm biased because my dad's a recovering alcoholic. Real. Yeah. I don't know. With that, it's like I kind of get it, honestly, and I kind of get the take.
My tiny human did 15 plus hour sessions this past month and did coursework, over the weekend, and he's graduating on time. I told him to stop making excuses and put in the work. Almost got left back.
My thing is,
they almost were held back.
The government, I don't want them telling us to do anything because they don't have any of our best interests in mind. And, but also, I kind of get it. Sorry.
And I'll be quick to call the cops on you if you are not my skin tone, Roz.
For being off topic, but you change your username. Okay, Kat, just stop.
But I don't like the cops involved.
Kat sounds
but
good.
I'll threaten the cops on you very quickly.
Yeah, I don't see a good alcoholic either. Strawberries are yummy. Sounds like my crazy bestie from high school. She got me into so much trouble. Yeah. Not the HD life. Yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, because I left the church when I was 18. And when and by the way, I left the church as in the Mormon church. I grew up LDS. I was born into the church. In case you don't know, there should be a video on my channel called my complicated relationship with the LDS church or something like that, or go with Mormonism or something like that. I don't remember the exact title of that video, but it's still on my channal. And I talk about my entire backstory with Mormonism.
Hi, Angel. That's amazing that you were there to help Sugar.
And all that. But
where's this fucking story going? We opened our eyes and we were high.
Left the church at 18. I don't know how much of this I touched on in the video. I'd have to watch it back because I recorded it a while ago. But when I first left, bro, I had so much anger. I hated God. I hated religion. Still don't like organized religion, to be honest. But I hate it.
Yeah, I need this one too. Excuse me. Thank you. Okay.
Hated it. I think I struggled a lot between agnostic and atheism for a hot second, but I pretty quickly realized I wasn't an atheist. Today I identify as a spiritualist. I have my own spiritual beliefs that are not tied to organized religion or Christianity. And I don't really go too in depth about that very often. And yeah, I took some time to deconstruct. I remember, I'll never forget. It was roughly in 2014. Was around the time I downloaded my Instagram for the first time, and I entered like body positive spaces. And I left the house for the first time in a tank top as not only.
Hold on. How old was she in 2014? What year are we in? So this is 11 years ago, but Roz joined Big Beautiful Women AOL or Yahoo chat sites when she was 18, because that's when she met the individual and lost her virginity. So was it 2014 or was it 2010, Roz? She'd be 22. That's what I'm saying.
Was around the time I downloaded my Instagram for the first time, and I entered like body positive spaces. And I left the house for the first time in a tank top as not only someone who was like a true blue Mormon, but someone who was very large and insecure at the time. And I remember, I think it was a pink tank top. I remember I took a mirror selfie and I posted it, and I got hyped up in like the body positive hashtags and stuff. And it's crazy how quickly I escalated from there, but yeah.
Ew.
That's the thing about, like, I don't talk a ton about my religious trauma, to be honest with you.
Do y'all want to hear the religious trauma story? The bishop did ask questions, which is inappropriate. It's very fucking weird. But the church also paid for Roz's groceries. They paid for her rent. She was going to use them for college education.
That is an aspect. That repression played a lot into a lot of the things that I did in my past. It did.
It's all trauma. Everything's trauma.
Alongside the trauma and other stuff.
I know, Morgan. I don't know.
It played its role, you know.
Because is it the BBW Yahoo chat site? Is it the friends that she asked she needed help with money and they said, have you heard of Phoebe? Or is it the groomed into feederism? Or excuse me, FIFAism?
Well, clearly, Zoe, 160 some odd people aren't asleep right now, including you. It played its role, you know. Well, clearly, Zoe, 160 some odd people aren't asleep.
Oh, there you go. If Freya, 160 some odd people were watching her
right now, including you. I think they matter too. Also, we live on a big old globe with a lot of time zones, girl. Growing up in the Y2Ks did that to so many of us, real. Thinking we can't wear shorts or tank tops unless size 00. Yeah, for sure. 100% toe beans.
She's aggravating. We'll have to read our comments, or her comments, excuse me. Somebody else mentions time zones and she gets ugly. She's been in a mood.
Sure.
I wonder if they burned their copy of Let Them, but she hasn't been letting them.
Yeah, 10 a.m. where coffee is. Exactly. The world doesn't revolve around your time zone. You know what I mean?
Instead of just saying, hey, I couldn't sleep, so I decided to go live. I know some of my audiences in different time zones don't get to do these often. I figured, why not? The world doesn't revolve around your time zones. Fuck off. Like, I can understand, but Scar's BMSing. People being like, yeah, there's different time zones. It might be more convenient. They could have worded it like, hey, this is a little bit different. The vast majority of your audience is used to you being live earlier.
You know what I mean? Yeah, 10 a.m. where coffee is. Exactly. The world doesn't revolve around your time zone. You know what I mean? I honestly really enjoy the vibes of late night lives. Wait, I'm asleep. I didn't know that.
Scar, this was our time together. Yami, it was. Yami used to be the #1 audience member around these timelines.
This is
hours. I call my time zone EST real time to annoy my friend who lived in Central Time.
all a dream. Oogly boogly. Oh man, I wish. Oh god, I almost said his name. I wish Remy was here for that moment. Whew, okay. I'm moving to Oregon in like a week-ish. Ooh, cool. I thought you were in Oregon. Don't tell me where you are now. You can maybe message me privately. Hey, Abu. I'm sleep typing instead of talking this time.
And now they're all jumping on that individual in the chat.
Yes. But I don't know. I think this documentary is making me like, hey.
Oh yeah, Tiny Ghost. She has discovered it because she feels like she has it. So that's one of those self-determined. She's 90% sure she also has PMDD.
Hey, Mexicana, good to see you. I think it is having me kind of be more reflective on my past and kind of thinking about my trauma more and stuff.
Fucking trauma.
For obvious reasons. People are asleep at all times. Like, what the heck? Yeah. It is different from my normal lifetimes. I promise you there will be lives back in normal times. Normal times for, Eastern time. But I love these vibes. And then people wake up and they have a whole replay they can catch up on. Everybody wins. And when I do these, it includes people who can't normally. I've had multiple people come in these past 2 lives being like, oh my gosh, my first time actually catching a live.
Paisley, thank you so much for the super chat. Moment of silence for the chair she's free bleeding on right now. And it's porous. It's not even like a material you can just wipe down quickly. It's not like pleather. It has a bunch of open stuff where she cooks. Grace falls into that chair, a pizza pocket, and it's all just mixing in a fluid under her thighs. Yum.
Because they can never catch it at my normal time. And I love that. Like, genuinely. I think that's so cool.
Sugar. Yes.
I love how I say I'm going to get off soon. I'm going to get off soon. Like 4 hours later, I'm still here.
Biohazard.
I'm very chatty today.
I'm a bit upset with Roz. I reached out by email to help her and never got a reply. I can't help but feel I'd get a faster response if I had a penis. Probably alien, but she also said that she feels that people did, when they did reach out to help her, that they were trolling. Somebody else in the chat reached out to her to give her like some names of resources, and she was very ugly to them.
But what other stories do I have? I feel reminiscent.
Hey.
I get really excited when I pull things out of my brain. Oh my.
Extract the weed bump.
Oh my God, I just unearthed a nugget. I don't know if I've ever talked about this.
What is it going to be, Roz?
Whoa. I just had a random memory from elementary school pop in.
Okay.
When I think it was the 1 week I got to do the like school news. We had like a little room set up in all the classrooms. You could like there was like a little TV, and they would like pick different kids who would like sit down and read like the bulletin news points and stuff.
What is this fucking story? Morgan, what is the story?
And I just had that like because I was like trying to remember. Oh my God, I haven't thought about that in like a fucking like what, a decade? I don't even know.
You haven't thought about that in a decade. So when you were in your 20s, you thought about this elementary. Oh, okay, Roz, whatever.
I wish I could. Wait, what can I remember? Do I remember any specifics? I just remember being really nervous. I was such a book nerd. True story, girl. Don't need to explain the timing. It's your choice. Wait, what do you mean, Abu? Huh? Wait. Oh man, I wish I remembered more because I was such a book nerd, right? So I've talked about it a lot. Like back in the 4th grade, I've talked about how obviously I wasn't like no one in my family was aware of it. I wasn't tested for it.
Good God.
Remembered more because I was such a book nerd, right? So I've talked about it a lot. Like back in the 4th grade, I've talked about how obviously I wasn't like no one in my family was aware of it. I wasn't tested for it or diagnosed with it, but I was hyperlexic as a kid.
Okay, y'all, help me out here. I thought hyperlexic was like very young, like very, very, very young, not 4th grade. Clip that. Clip what? I read a ton of books as a kid too. I don't call myself hyperlexic. X to doubt. Does she still read books? I mean, she's read the first 2 chapters of the Let Them theory. She had a book on her Amazon wish list for her birthday that she bought herself, and then somebody else bought it for her because she never took it off, and she didn't acknowledge that she had 2 copies. Hyperlexia is not a diagnosis. Hyperlexic is like 2 years. I used to read 250-page books on a weekend, never called myself hyperlexic. Okay, we're going to Google it one more time. Everyone's gone on an adventure of Google. Hyperlexia. This is AI overview, just so you all are aware. It's a condition characterized by a child's precocious, advanced ability to read words far beyond their expected age level, often without formal instruction. It is commonly accompanied by an intense, obsessive fascination with letters and numbers, but a significant challenge in understanding or comprehending what is read. So you can read it, but you don't know what it means. A hyperfocus on letters, numbers, license plates, or alphabet toys often develops during infancy. But it says 84% of children with hyperlexia are on the autism spectrum. Okay.
I learned about that in adulthood. And so my best example of that is when I was in the 4th grade, they had the STAR reading tests, and I tested at an above college reading level.
Okay, but what we just read on the definition is that you don't necessarily know the words. I thought she said she was dyslexic. Well, she also does say that one. Can you be hyperlexic and dyslexic? Let's Google. Maybe. With dyslexia. Okay, let's look. Are often viewed as opposite ends of the reading spectrum. While dyslexia involves a struggle to decode word, but retain strong comprehension, hyperlexia involves the precocious ability to read and decode the words, but a severe deficit in understanding their meaning. So they are kind of the opposite, it looks like, but I'm not.
I think it was the 4th grade. It was like, because I'm pretty sure it happened like right when I moved to Georgia. I've said the 4th grade my whole life. I'm like pretty sure that was the 4th grade. And I did that test, and I tested out as an above college reading level. And, you know, I was like 7 years old reading the Harry Potter series, 7, 8 years old. Like in 90, I think I read it in like 99. My grandy gave us the first 4 books in 97. I remember that because she said me.
That doesn't seem accurate. The first 4 books weren't out in 97. You would have been 5 or 6. That's not right. Is it? Is it? Potter novels. When did those books come out? The first one came out in 97, then 98, 99. The 4th one came out in 2000.
Years old. Like in 90. I think I read it in like 99. My grandy gave us the first 4 books in 97.
But they weren't out.
I remember that because she said the inside of the cover. But I didn't read them right away because 97, I was 6 years old. But I was reading it by like 99, 2000s. But I was reading them before the movies came out. However, disclaimer, J.K. Rowling sucks. And I hate her for it. But
of course, she has to make shit up. Yeah.
Harry Potter was very important to me in my childhood. And I got this before the mold.
What's it say, Roz? Tell the audience, my fucking gaslighting audience, what your tattoo says.
Her brain, in case you're new here. All right.
Why was Grandy trying to subject Roz to witchcraft?
This is so freaking weird. I'm not even kidding, right? When you said you wanted to reminisce, I was going to type in, tell us a 5th grade story. And then you said you had a random memory of elementary school. And I was wondering if it was in 5th grade. I'm pretty sure it was actually, yeah. I'm pretty sure it was in 5th grade. Yeah. Like, because I was only at that elementary school for 2.5 years. So, and I don't think it happened in the 6th grade. I actually think it happened when I was.
I hate this. It's just such a stupid lie. Like, you can be like, I was an advanced reader, like college level in elementary school. Bam. Not, I was given all 4 of the first Harry Potter books in 1997. I know they didn't exist yet. Just the first one existed at that point, but somehow my grandmother got a copy of them before they were released. I had the first Harry Potter novels.
I was in Miss Garrison's class, and she was my 5th grade teacher. The author may suck, but the works are a work of art. Yeah, but please don't support any new Harry Potter ventures. It lines her pockets and harms trans people. If you get the books, thrift them, and don't watch the new.
That's not hyperlexia. I started reading at 18 months. After I was reading adult novels, Harry Potter in grade 4 is normal. My kids read Harry Potter. Oh, come back to me. Grades 1 and 2. She's always lying to brag about stuff. Reading the first Harry Potter book at 8 is pretty average, at least in my normal public school.
Watch the new series.
What grade is when you're 8? About 4th grade, right? That doesn't seem uncommon. That seems like it'd be available in the library for 4th graders.
Books or games.
Yes, Quirky. We did that one on Tuesday. My brain feels like it's Friday. Come back. Oops. Come back to me. Roz. Here we go.
My stance. What's your favorite style of potato to be cooked? Ooh. Or games. If you give a damn about trans people, that's my stance.
But you were friends with Amberlynn Reed after she made a transphobic remark.
What's your favorite style of potato to be cooked? Ooh.
Of sugar.
I mean, I love me a curly fry.
I see she has a cat tattoo. Does she have a cat or is she just a poser? She got that with one of her friends. She had a cat that passed away about 10 years ago, but currently she does not have a cat, and we were all appreciative.
Gotcha, Camille. But we live in a matrix, yeah. I mean, I love me a mashed potato. I prefer a sweet baked potato over a baked potato unless it's like a fully loaded cheese sauce, chili situation with a potato.
Somehow we're back at food.
Or like a twice baked potato. Love me a twice baked potato. I mean, who doesn't love potato? If you don't like potatoes, what's up? What's up with you? What are you doing?
Oh, yes, you're right.
What do you mean? How do you not like potatoes?
She compared her family's cat passing to the loss of her grandmother when her mom was crying close to Mother's Day about the grief she still feels because her mom was her best friend. And Roz was like, I lost my cat, which that can be devastating, losing an animal. It just wasn't the right time at all.
That's crazy to me.
Potatoes hurt your tummy. I love a potato.
A sweet potato and a Japanese sweet potato. I used to be addicted to World of Warcraft, and The Dirt came out. I refused to pay another penny. And then The Dirt came out. I don't know what that means. A big sweet potato feels like some sort of cheat code for being alive. It's so good, yes. Oh, you like, I've always wanted to try making like a traditional, they call it like a jacket potato in the UK, where it's like they have the super crispy skin. They do like a certain technique. Yeah, I've never been into WoW personally, so I'm not aware of what's going on there. Oh my God.
Is she almost done?
My cramps suck.
Oh. Hyperlexia can still show itself in adulthood. Hyperlexic people tend to have a very wide vocabulary and often prefer written and verbal communication. I question what it said about comprehension. Like I said, that was just Google AI. I'm not sure. I'm not educated on it.
Whatever. Oh my God, I lived in the library, especially in elementary school. Because like when I moved in the 4th grade, I was like a child. Like obviously, I was very
Scar, how long have you been doing reactions? Am I right at a year? I think I'm at 1 year. Yes?
young.
That feels right.
I believe
It doesn't feel like it.
I was 8 years old. And we moved from Michigan to Georgia in the wintertime. And I started mid-year in the 4th grade. And I had a hardcore attitude because I liked school in Michigan. I don't have memories of being like severely bullied.
Roz isn't hyperlexic. She just wants to be special. Don't take anything she says seriously. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Outside of like regular, schmegular playground antic type things. I have no memory of like,
Ooh,
I had
okay.
friends, like I remember that being a positive experience. I moved to Georgia and I was angry. I was not happy about it. I did not adjust to the change well. Gee, I wonder why. Rosie, stop yourself. But really though, like I did not adjust to the change well at all.
Oh, thank you,
And I
Mommy.
was very standoffish
Is it Mammy? Mommy.
first, and I borderline not nice. Because I was convinced we were going to go back to Michigan at some point. And like moving there was a huge ordeal. It was like a 3-day road trip. We had like a big 15 person passenger van.
I'm so sorry, y'all, if I haven't said anything in the last few seconds. I know that's crazy for me, but I have no idea what she's talking about. I just zoned out completely. Hold on. Focus. It's just her.
Go
blah, 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 blah.
back to Michigan at some point. And like moving there was a huge ordeal. It was like a 3-day road trip.
She can't ever just say, I'd like to read. It has to be some medical buzzword. It does. I feel like Oh, not at all, Sniff Lounge. Please. I love to be educated, so thank you very much. Brain. Oh yeah, but I love to read. That's fine. Like I feel like a lot of tiny humans, that is like a getaway. They can, put pictures with the words that they're reading and it puts them in a different world. I don't think that's like I need to have a medical diagnosis with it. I just really liked reading. And I was a weird fucking kid, to be fair.
Like a big 15 person passenger van. It was like a big blue box van. It had like 3 benches, which was handy we were a family of 5, right? But when we were moving, when we had all 3 benches, because at some point early on we lost the 3rd one, we each had like our own bench, which gave a lot of space because, oh Lord, we needed it. But yeah, I mean, we moved with like 3 cats. Because a lot of you guys know about my cat Rocky. But he had 2 siblings.
Oh, there you guys go, the cat. I was in the advanced reading group in middle school, but I wouldn't brag about that at 35.
Tasha and Bullwinkle. Bullwinkle we called Twinkie. Natasha was like my sister's cat. Twinkie, bless his soul. One day got his.
Did she finally admit she's from Michigan? She did. She moved there. She sang in 4th grade. I thought she was 14.
Head caught.
Maybe I got that mixed up for 4th grade.
In a windowsill. I've talked about this. Oh, it was great having you here, dude. Tasha was like my sister's cat. Twinkie, bless his soul, one day got his head caught in a windowsill. I've talked about.
I didn't know that this story was ever a thing, but I have made jokes about windowsills with her. I'm so sorry for the cat. Very sorry. But I have joked about windowsills. I didn't know we were going to end up with windowsill trauma.
This. Oh, it was great having you here, dude. Or girl.
Thank you, Sky.
It was great having you here, girl. Appreciate you. And what was I saying?
Ooh, I used to read Dean Koontz once upon a time.
Oh yeah. The window was being held up with like a piece of wood that broke. And he was
hyperlexia is about seeing patterns. If Roz only knew the link of learning other languages with hyperlexia, then she would gloat about that. So if y'all are familiar, once again, I'm not educated. Does that mean with hyperlexia, you're better at recognizing like pattern recognition, which is what she did the worst at on her autism assessment?
A little special after that day. And he loved to chew on wood, bless him, and drool a lot. And he meowed incessantly. He was a sweet guy, but he's kind of annoying. He needed a little extra attention. And Natasha hated me. She hated everyone that wasn't my sister.
Yes, good at pattern recognition. Well, that's what she did the worst on.
She didn't like nobody except my sister. She was just like, "You're fine. Everyone else." Yeah. And when I was like in my early 20s, we temporarily rescued,
which seems in line with ADHD,
these 2 little kittens that showed up on our porch one day when we lived in a place like deep in the woods. I have a picture of them sometime. I can actually find the picture.
No.
The back light's on. The fuck? Okay. I'm gonna let you figure out what you're doing. I'm trying to remember the second cat's name, but I know one of them was named Jax.
Sure.
Like Jax. Damn, I stayed way too late, my dudes. Sorry, Tobeans.
Not yet, Quirky. We're gonna read it afterwards. Hopefully she hasn't deleted them all. I feel like she will.
I hate this laptop so much. I hate it so much.
I'm so glad Remy's mom's gonna buy me a new one.
How did I just spend a little more money? This shit happens all the time. Hasn't even been 6 months.
You decided to use a laptop that's essentially a paperweight for things it was not meant to do. You sent what it was intended for was merch. That was it. You were going to design merch on it and you felt like your tablet wasn't good enough. You tried to put OBS on it, run OBS, Twitch, YouTube, dual streaming, play video games. It wasn't made for that.
I don't remember. I hate this laptop. Anyway. I just went on multiple tangents. I was talking about cats. We moved. And yeah, so I just struggled with
Is his mom buying her a laptop? That's my theory. Because she's been on guys, there's a gift coming from my friend. That friend that brought me the snacks, that got me the beef jerky and stuff. It is the most generous gift I will ever have received. They're just such a generous person. And she's been whining about the laptop recently where I would just do so much more if I had a laptop. They led me astray with this laptop. It would be so nice if I had a new laptop.
Oh goodness.
Hi, Easy.
I don't know if I'll be live again today, like normal hours or not. It's
Do you
really
think
gonna
iPad?
depend on how I feel, like with my cramps and stuff, and just how how intense that all gets. Oh, now you're doing something. That's nice. Sorry. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I don't know, but I'm sorry your power's flickering. So when I first got to Georgia, I just didn't adjust well. And by the time I was ready to make friends, I had already made a pretty unpleasant impression, and I really struggled after that. So I lived in books, dude. I really did. Like I remember like I used to read all like the
So they move to Georgia. Roz becomes a very frustrating tiny human and lashes out and is downright, in her words, downright mean to the other kids. So they avoided her. She started therapy at the age of 10 because of her behaviors.
Babysitter Club books. Those were my favorite, and I would repeatedly check out
Georgia's in the South, Bella.
what's it called? Oh, like I would get all the Garfield comic strip books I could get on my. Why are you adding me? That's so creepy. 6 hours ago, this girl I knew in high school added me. Oh, sure, I found out about the documentary, to be fair. This is creepy timing.
Not really. A documentary, a lot of people have HBO. If they saw the trailer, it might be like, oh shit, I went to school with that girl. Wow, that's such creepy timing.
This girl and
I think so.
Whoa.
That's
She's
my
so
guess.
good. She's pretty. The timing of this is just crazy. I'm talking about certain periods of my life. Aw. She looks like she's doing really good. I love that for her. The timing just freaked me out.
Why?
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna add you. I want to talk to you later. I wonder how you're doing. Sure.
How is it creepy? Doesn't Facebook recommend you people you might know? Yeah, it does, Pussy Pez. Yeah, it does. How creepy is it that she added her today? Yeah, so she atted her and then she added her. Or did she add her back? Is it AD or like the at? I don't know.
Okay, let me go to my profile. I want to see if I can find that picture of the cats.
Oh, your appointment went nice and smooth better. And then
there's
she would
no
all
names
be
on this poster.
acronyms.
Did I see any of these? Oh, I did. Okay.
Bunches, baby girl. We're almost done.
Oh shit, my boyfriend's.
My boyfriend.
Sorry about that. All right, let me go back to my pictures.
Oh, little gummy bears.
I think the picture I'm thinking of is in a specific album. Give me a second.
How is it that she has 4 minutes left? Is the last 4 minutes her looking up a picture of her cat?
Good Lord, I have so many cringy Facebook photos. I have a picture of Twinkie. You guys have never seen a picture of Twinkie. Okay, there's no one else's name on here. The orange guy. But I've like.
Oh man, this is that potato quality. That's that sidekick camera quality.
I'm not really sure the picture of Twinkie. Oh my god, I need to clean my computer screen.
Wait, that was her computer screen? I just thought it was the quality of the photo. Oh no, it's her computer screen. Oh, okay.
My computer screen. Yikes on bikes, actually. A good bit before Rocky. He had like kidney issues, I think. But
Greasy screen. Remember, there's like salmon patty juice on that screen. She's been making out with Remy on screen. Celestial. She's worse. Oh, Bella.
I think I'll have to find it another time because it's going to take me clicking around a lot, I think, to find it.
Okay. Nobody told the cat the price you pay.
Oh my god.
What?
I had a magnet mustache on the hood of my 2002 Chevy Impala. I forgot about it. It's a fucking zebra print mustache. Impala though. Oh, I'm in the driver's seat too. I forgot about that.
Cool. Roz used to fit behind a wheel. Show us.
Cool. Okay. Nobody's names. See.
Yeah. It looks like somehow. Oh, do you have a thumbs up? What's happening here? Okay, it's a car.
Not me, just like entertaining myself right now. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I was in downtown.
Who said they loved her teeth? I think they said they hate her teeth, but there you go. That's for you. Whoever said they liked her teeth. Oh my God, Roz, she looks like she's about to eat me. You could do a screen share. What a dweeb. That's fine. That's a snitch car. Would you rather be in Foodie's boneless couch or Roz's eaten bed? Oh, I don't know, especially right now with Foodie's boil like dripping onto the boneless couch, but Roz is free bleeding. What fluid are you taking? Are you taking the blood or are you taking the infection? She's coming right at us. Hold on. Which angle would that be? That way? It's like
Yeah, I was in downtown Atlanta. That wasn't when I was at a Little 5 Points. I think I bought it at that store in Little 5 Point. I can never remember the name of it. Yeah, this was in 2013. Oh my god, that was
steal it. Oh, I missed
13 years ago. Oh my god, that's wild.
Wait, Foodie's boil is back. I've heard it's back. I've also heard recently that she had like an elevated blood pressure. What was it? 163 over 90 something. And then she wasn't tachycardic, was she? I think her pulse was in the 90s. It wasn't above 100. Either way, she needed to go talk to a doctor.
Those friends. I hope you're doing good.
163 over 98. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Did she take the ambulance to the ER? I don't believe so, Freya. I think she put a post up that she said she called somebody, like, what am I thinking of? Nurse advice line? There we go. We're going to go with that. And they were like, yeah, you should talk to your doctor. So she said she was taking it easy and was going to be live at some point today. She probably just took a nap and then didn't go to the doctor. I think it's code word for Salah didn't text me today.
Oh, yeah. I have like albums from when we did like day road trips up to Chattanooga. We used to do that a lot. Oh my god, I found a picture of them. Jax and Opie. Opie's the orange one and Jax is the black and white one. I found a picture of them. It wasn't the picture I was thinking of because there's a picture with them with Rocky, but I don't know what that is. Look at them.
They're very cute. Your screen is fucking filthy though. Like, holy dirty screen. But your kitties are adorable.
Cuties. Oh.
Last time I went for BPD, it was 210 over 120. I'm fully controlled with medication now. Oh. HPD. I was going to say, was it just like a check-in with your psychologist? But that makes more sense.
Have them for very long. I think my mom like rehomed them. Like we had at the time either 2 or 3 cats. What year was it? 2011. I think we might have had all 3 of them. Or it was like, yeah, Twinkie was still alive. Yeah.
Good God. She only has 25-ish seconds.
Aww.
Oh, what is a cat?
There's another picture of Twinkie and Rocky that I have.
Okay.
I don't have many of these.
What you could also consider doing, Ross, is getting StreamYards. I know that's crazy. It's an option. Then you could share an image file and we could be looking at your cat and your big ass face at the same time. It's possible.
I missed them. Anyway. Ugh. Okay. I think it's time for me to go. I don't even know how many hours I've been live. I'm just like looking at pictures at this point.
Okay.
I miss Rocky so much. I'm never gonna not miss him. He was my soul cat, man. I'm glad I found a picture of Jackson Opie.
So I think she was in the cat's life the last 8-ish months, and it had kitty dementia.
I was trying to remember Opie's name because I never watched Sons of Anarchy. My mom had like a hardcore phase with them. I think maybe both my parents did actually.
Jennifer, thank you for the super chat. Minor petty point. Harry Potter wasn't available in the US till 1997. All 4 first books.
Yeah.
But she read them all then. Well, excuse me, she didn't read them until 1999, but she got them in 1997.
Anywho, I hope you all have a good night. I'm gonna finally go.
Oh, you meant 19. So they weren't available in the US. The first one wasn't even available until 1998.
Lord, I think we might have been.
Listen, we're just reading comments, My Imperfect Life, and then we're done for the day. Look at that, only a 2-hour.
Hours. Have a good night, everybody.
One thing all 3 girls do is they engage in nostalgia to a toxic degree. They live very much in the past. Let's see what these comments say, shall we? Let's go with, before we do it, I don't want to hit newest yet in case she's deleted this. So you just have every diagnosis. Everything that happens turns to trauma. And there's an excuse for absolutely everything. Do you not get drained listening to yourself, truly? For someone who just claims to have 1,000,001 issues, you are such a rude and condescending person in general. You put on that dainty act, whether it's when you're eating, speaking, etc. But you are just miserable and take it out on everyone else for your own self-caused issues. Oh, thank you, Quirky. 27 when I recorded. Also, if every single thing you're saying is true, you don't have to use it as an excuse for not making progress in your life. There are people who have had much worse traumatic experiences and they are thriving and not letting their past control or dictate their future. Hey, Roz, looks like I missed another live. Actually, I was, but didn't get a notification. I'm going to watch the replay now and give a thumbs up. Have a good week. P.S. Coming from a person with a sleep disorder, any sleep is better than no sleep. Alien, yes. Everyone summoned Charlie to go live this evening. Is it Melododia? Girl, all you do is complain. My God. Kansas says, damn, girl, your pizzas always look so good. Real cheese. Oh, they're just talking about vegan cheeses. Okay. Sleeping until 5:30 p.m. is extremely detrimental to your health. And I'm sure you do it often. Roz, you should look up the, damn it, it's this word again. Y'all know I struggle with it. Circadian rhythm. You are doing yourself a massive disorder coming from a place of concern. She doesn't care about her health. I'm beginning to see that. The pizza look good? Yes. I don't moan or act over the top when eating. I beg to differ. I'll go back and point it out in previous videos too so you can see how you still cater to a certain audience. Intentional or not, you do. And eating with serving utensils. In the Texas vlog, she's moaning while eating out with her boyfriend. Perfect? Fuck yeah. Hey, so sniff test is actually useless for judging if food is safe to eat. The pathogens that cause foodborne illnesses are odorless. The organisms that cause changes in food smell, taste, and texture are unpleasant but typically harmless to humans. It's best just to follow food safety guidelines and not wing it. So at what point did you see her taste to make sure it was okay before adding additional ingredients to it? Maybe I missed it because what I saw was that she added a full can of pizza sauce to it, which could have diluted anything that would have tasted bad to let her know it wasn't safe to eat. I can appreciate that you want to be supportive of her, but this is how people get sick, and she's not just making food for herself. What is Levi supposed to do if he gets a foodborne illness and he can't go to work? Are you going to chip in on his part of the bill since you were one of the people encouraging her to continue making food this way? For food, okay, that's a best before date. The sobriety talk was too far. That's not the language when abstaining or refraining. There's enough talk about you being a medical and neurodivergent leech. Leave the sober community alone. Hi, Grace. I honestly don't know what she said that was offensive. Flippantly talking about being sober when it's not an addiction is a slippery slope. People you work hard to use those words. They said, thank you for explaining. Happy to use or give context. It's also very triggering for people with schmishmictions. For someone with a clear schmishmiction, just rattle it off. Ideas about not drinking. I guess we have to wake up at 4 to 5 a.m. to make sure we can catch and watch all of her content. The key to sleeping at night is not sleep till 6 p.m. They said, what else would she have to do? It's incredibly selfish to think the world revolves around you and your time zone. This behavior is weird. Get over yourself. She's sober from what? She said alcohol now. That she met her boyfriend and decided to go sober. But oh wait, I meant to hit newest. Let's see if there's any more. Nope. We're done, guys. We're done. She's getting red for filth. She has to be asleep because she hasn't deleted these. As Roz takes handfuls of med, it ain't over until the fat lady sings. I'm here. I'm ready for singing. Hi, Tally. She doesn't care about her health. She only wants the diagnosis as excuses to manipulate people, in my opinion. If she cared about her health, she would actually be looking for solutions to better her health. As a member of the recovery community, we do not claim her. She'll wake up in 2 hours and these will be gone. But it was good while it lasted, right? At this point, her feet are held to the flames. But everyone, I hope you all have a fantastic day. Wash your hair, brush your teeth, pee after sex, talk to your healthcare providers before starting or ending a medication, to include over the counter. What else? Get your bits checked, get your bops checked, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Feels like we're dancing in the eye of the storm.